This episode is brought to you by Kia's first 3-row all-electric SUV, the Kia EV9, with available all-wheel drive and seating for up to 7 adults, with a 0 to 60 speed that thrills you 1 minute, and available reclining lounge seats that unwind you the next. Visit kia.com/EV9 to learn more. Ask your Kia dealer for availability. No system, no matter how advanced, can compensate for all driver error and or driving conditions. Always drive safely.
I'm Mo Rocca, and I'm excited to announce Season 4 of my podcast, Mobituaries. I've got a whole new bunch of stories to share with you about the most fascinating people and things who are no longer with us. From famous figures who died on the very same day, to the things I wish would die, like buffets. All that and much more. Listen to Mobituaries with Mo Rocca wherever you get your podcasts.
Wow. You're real different than in real life. And I said, what do you mean? It's like, well, you seem a lot happier to do the podcast. I said, that's because I can't be in a shitty mood and do a podcast. Hey. That's bad for radio. That's bad content.
This podcast contains mature content, explicit language, suggestive situations, and partial to full frontal nudity. Listener discretion is advised. Don't let your kids listen to this.
What kind of mood are you in right now? I mean,
It's a great question.
good podcasting mood.
Pretty good mood. I'm a little low energy because I took a nap. Otherwise, I think I'm okay.
So I did something different this time that I've been meaning to do,
Oh, I did a thing.
but I haven't been able to do with timing and everything. I watched the movie and took notes yesterday, and then I just kind of watched a little bit here and there today, just on my own, just as a watching experience.
Okay,
I was the watcher.
interesting. I would have thought maybe you would have gone the opposite on that.
So the reason I didn't, because I initially thought, oh, that's what I'll do. I'll watch it, and then when I go through, I'll watch and take notes. But the reason I did it the other way was, one, I didn't know
If you'd be able to do it.
if I'd be able to get it done in time, right? But two, I thought, no, because I think for discussing the movie on the pod, once I've made my notes, just watching it as an experience might actually be the smarter way to do this.
Spoiler alert. It's a little easier to do that with a movie like this than it is, say, Cats.
I love that was your pick.
It would be a little hard to do that.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you guys that I pre-screened Tiptoes before I took notes.
What?
Whoa. So you watched it twice?
I watched it twice.
Whoa.
Oh, my God. That makes you racist. Just by default.
It does.
There it is.
There it is. All right.
Miami, Amin.
One in Rome.
Amin's useless. We're 4 hours in and he's already drunk. He's got to do something at 1 a.m. He's going to be drunk. Cinephobe is going to be at 1 a.m. and he's not going to be able to do it. Like, wait, are you kidding me? He's hammered.
So we've got a ticking clock here.
His nap is going to wear off right when his buzz wears in.
Yeah, we've got a sweet spot. The middle of this pod's going to be amazing.
Yeah, there's going to be a 10 to 15 minute stretch.
Oh my God, that's just like an all-time Hall of Fame podcasting experience. But to get there is going to be rough, and the ending's going to be just a disaster.
Again, full disclosure, this is one of those movies where very quickly I realized, damn, I'm taking a lot of notes, and all they are just quotes.
This movie took me probably 4 hours. What's weird is it didn't feel like 4 hours.
I watched half of it at the studio, and so I'm sitting in the little kitchen area, and that's where Hildy and Kristen are working. I legit felt bad because I would just start laughing uncontrollably at some of the stuff.
I hadn't seen this movie in probably 6 or 7 years.
I haven't seen it since it came out.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it since it came out.
And I remember liking it, but thinking like, oh, I thought it was going to be funnier. I don't know. And now watching it, I'm like, what was I thinking?
That was the thing. So I watched it when it came out and was like, yeah, pretty good. And then when I watched it 6 or 7 years ago, whenever that was, I remember thinking like, this movie's fucking hilarious. And then watching it this time, spoiler, file me.
I like how I like to play coy with this. It's
Yeah, like-
obvious.
Yeah, right.
It's obvious.
Yeah,
Right?
you picked it.
You two have spoiled the outcome of so many of these movies in the cold open.
Have we?
Haven't we?
It's the point. It's the point of the show.
Is
Isn't
it?
it? Isn't it? It's possible. I don't understand what this podcast is about.
Poppycock.
It's a fuck house.
On a weekly basis, we are consuming more concentrated bad movies than probably anybody in the history of mankind.
Poppycock.
What story? What story? What are you talking about?
Do you want lunch?
I have yet to laugh in this movie. I'll just tell you that.
You picked it, motherfucker. So just remember that.
You know what the problem with Hollywood is? They make shit. Unbelievable, unremarkable shit.
I was legitimately offended.
You were offended?
I was offended.
I didn't know you could get offended.
I was offended.
This did it.
If I were gay, I wouldn't be offended.
They're fucking making shit up, I mean.
Inconsequential detail after inconsequential detail after inconsequential detail.
Bees don't lie.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm holding a mic in my hands, and now I'm talking all alone.
Welcome to Cinephobe, the podcast. We break down the movies you're afraid to admit you love. I'm Zach Harper. That's Amin Hassan. That's Anthony Mayes. Part of the Levitard and Friends Network on Meadowlark Media. If you have a submission, make sure it's 40% or lower on the Rotten Tomatoes audience or critic score. If you have a review it. That's right, I switched them up. You thought that you were going to get the review thing here, but no, I switched it up on you. Why? Because I kind of forgot to say the review part.
Oh.
And then realized as I started saying
Baseball.
submission.
2 Inside Baseball. Back to hosting.
Cut that. We need 5,000 reviews on Spotify. We need the 5,000 reviews on Apple Podcasts. I haven't checked in a while where we are.
Apple Podcasts 3221. And there's one that I wanted to read. 1 a.m. review from Kavisk. I really enjoy Cinephobe. I've been listening to the Lebitard show since I was 18, now 29, and decided to give this show a shot after missing all the inside jokes. Now, I still don't get all the inside jokes, but the show has become a highlight of my week. Perfect for long car rides. I also think I have a crush on Amin, but in a I'm the beautiful younger woman and he's the bitter old man protagonist in a Woody Allen film. Anyways, check the show out.
I don't know if that's the comparison you want there.
Thanks, I guess.
We got a new month, the month of July, and July is Alien Month.
Space Month.
What?
Space Month. There's a difference.
Is this so I couldn't pick?
Oh my God. Zach, are you sure you didn't watch Tiptoes twice?
Tip twos.
Tip twos. Okay, so we're in Space Month. July is Space Month. That doesn't change my pick. Amin was the biggest loser from June, so he gets the first pick this month. He's going with the 2012 sci-fi comedy Watch.
The Watch.
The Watch.
Sci-fi comedy.
Wow, look at that. Synergy to start off the month of July.
Harmony.
The Watch stars Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn, and Jonah Hill. Stiller, a repeat offender from Heartbreak Kid, Along Came Polly, and Envy.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
He had Tower Heist in 2011, this movie, and Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted, in 2012, and The Secret Life of Walter Mitty in 2013.
Oh, I love that movie. I read the short story in college, and we had to write a script for it as an exercise.
And that's how Amin made it big in Hollywood, Zach.
Yeah.
We also have Vince Vaughn, 4-time repeat offender with The Breakup, Fred Claus, and 4 Christmases.
Couple of 4-timers cutting it up.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
He had future cinephobe The Dilemma in 2011. That is a bad movie, by the way.
You were pushing for that one, weren't you? Weren't you pushing?
It's a horrible movie. It's going to be a great episode. This movie and Lay the Favorite in 2012, and A Case for You, The Internship, Delivery Man, and Anchorman 2 in 2013.
Kind of a weird slump for both of these guys, I would say, overall.
What do you think happened there?
I think he stopped caring as much.
Oversaturated? Like, it was
There's
just...
only so many times you can do the I'm going to do the Vince Vaughn rant thing.
Yeah, I think a little bit is audience fatigue. I think a little bit is overpaid, undermotivated.
I submit to you that this role, while featuring many Vince Vaughnisms, was very different from usual Vince Vaughn. Hello?
Nope, I was muted.
I'm muted.
Leave all this in.
I'm muted.
I'm muted.
New repeat offender. Jonah Hill for the Beach Bum.
Just in the last 2 months.
Oh my God, he's on fire.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
He was in Moneyball and The Sitter in 2011.
Future Cinephobe.
This movie, 21 Jump Street and Django Unchained in 2012.
Oh.
And then This Is the End and Wolf of Wall Street in 2013. Guys, this is about as good a run as we've had.
What a fucking run.
The opposite of a slump.
This is like Eddie Murphy when we did Golden Child.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't think anyone would think of Jonah Hill like that, but damn, he had himself a moment there in the mid 2000s.
He's incredible.
I love him.
He really is so super funny and talented.
His movie was really good too. Mid-90s.
Apparently he's a prick though.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, like in real life.
Maybe he's just sick of you hassling him all the time.
I don't know Jonah Hill. What are you talking about?
Exactly. I mean, you don't know Jonah Hill, so don't pretend you do.
Let the man wear a Phoenix Suns jersey in peace.
We also get Richard Ayoade.
Yo.
You know him from the IT Crowd and Paddington 2.
Oh, the perfect movie.
Rosemary DeWitt from Rachel Getting Married and La La Land.
Also, Mad Men. She's the artist that Don Draper is dating in the first
that's
season.
right.
And Your Sister's Sister.
Sister.
Also known as Your Sister.
Repeat offender Will Forte from Grown Ups 2 and That's My Boy.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Still got to do MacGruber someday.
Mel Rodriguez from Little Miss Sunshine.
He's in Last Man on Earth with Will Forte, ironically, and then Better Call Saul in the After Party.
Erin Moriarty from The Boys.
Yeah, she's Starlight.
Her first movie.
Nicholas Braun, a.k.a. Cousin Greg from Succession.
Yeah.
If it is to be said, so it is.
Repeat offender R. Lee Ermey from Saving Silverman.
This was his last movie.
Well, spoiler alert.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Joe Nunez, repeat offender from Delta Farce.
Oh, that's right. He's also in Superbad.
He's like, look what fell off the truck, and everyone shouts as he comes to the party. Liz Kakowski from Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Neighbors, and I Love You, Man. I love her in everything.
She's the best.
Just small parts. She's fantastic.
She also is married to Akiva Schaffer,
Oh, okay.
the director in real life, and she co-wrote the movie Wine Country. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
I have
with
not.
Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. That movie is hilarious.
Johnny Pemberton from the Jump Street franchise. Sharon G., repeat offender from Mom and Dad.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Repeat offender Andy Samberg from Hot Rod, Grown Ups 2, and That's My Boy. So this is the first good movie he's been in on Cinephobe. Repeat offender Jorma Taccone from Land of the Lost, Hot Rod, and Grown Ups 2.
Jorma Taccone.
And Akiva Schaffer, repeat offender from Hot Rod and Grown Ups 2. Also, Cathay Shim from Zomboobies. Patricia French, repeat offender from Hall Pass. And John Gould, repeat offender from R.I.P.D.
Also, Billy Crudup from Almost Famous, Good Shepherd, Watchmen, and Spotlight. And the alien was played by Doug Jones, who started his career as a contortionist. He played the Fishman in Shape of Water.
Really?
Abe Sapien in Hellboy. He's two characters in Pan's Labyrinth, including the one whose eyes are on his hands. And he played the Silver Surfer in the Fantastic Four movie.
Is he the second best mocap actor after
Andy Serkis.
Well, Andy Serkis is mocap guy. Doug Jones is costume prosthetic makeup guy.
Oh, okay.
Because he can do crazy things with his body.
Got you.
Yeah. Tension.
Tension, indeed.
I can feel it all the way down in my plums.
This movie was directed by Akiva Schaffer. Repeat offender from directing that horrid piece of shit Hot Rod. Also directed some good stuff, Pop Star, Never Stop, Never Stopping, and 9 episodes of I Think You Should Leave. This movie was written by Jared Stern, Seth Rogen, and Evan Goldberg.
Yeah.
Jared Stern wrote The Internship, Lego Ninjago movie, and the Lego Batman movie. Seth Rogen, repeat offender from writing Drillbit Taylor.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Also wrote Pineapple Express, Superbad, This Is the End, and The Interview. Evan Goldberg, writing partner, also wrote The Night Before.
And you left out future cinephobe Green Hornet.
Synopsis for it, The Watch. 4 men who form a neighborhood watch group as the way to get out of their day-to-day family routines find themselves defending Earth from an alien invasion.
Yep.
Tagline, got protection?
That's pretty good considering how much of this movie focused on
Magnum condoms.
sounding like a condom commercial.
Other tagline, the last men for the job are the only hope for the planet.
It's pretty good.
$68 million estimated budget, grossed 35.3 million US, 68.2 million worldwide.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Man. Ouch.
It's a toughie, man.
There's some good trivia on this.
Unfortunate timing.
Yeah. Among other things.
Really the darkest trivia that Amin has ever given us.
In more ways than one.
Whoa.
What do you mean, Zach? Master of Disguise had a moment of silence for 9/11.
Oh my God. Yeah. You know what? I take that back.
I said that Amin's ever given us, okay? God, I want that story. I choose for it to be true. Just like the citrus community, I choose for it to be true.
I would absolutely love to be on set when somebody announced that. See how they reacted.
All right, guys, back to the turtle scene. Dana, we need you in position on your back. We're going to spin you.
I've been in makeup for 9 hours. We're shooting.
Let's take it from turtle, turtle, turtle.
Before we jump into this movie and you listen to the rest of this podcast, The Watch is available on Amazon Prime.
Which showed us your latest watches on Amazon Prime, Zach, which was quite a rundown.
Dude, it was, oh my God. It's a toughie, man.
You haven't mixed in one non-Cinephobe movie on Prime?
For whatever reason, like Prime is just not what I go to to stream movies.
Man, Prime got a lot of good shit, man. You got to get up on there.
I put it in the Amazon Prime, and usually Amazon Prime be like, oh, you can watch this motherfucker on Netflix, or you can watch this motherfucker on Stars. That shit said $3.99. I'm like, damn, it must don't have a partnership with HBO Max no more. They charge me that $3.99.
CEO, entrepreneur, born in 1964, Jeffrey Bezos. CEO, entrepreneur, born in 1964, Jeffrey Bezos. Come on, Jeffrey, you can do it. Pave the way, put your back into it. Tell us why, show us how. Look at where you came from, look at you now. Zuckerberg and Gates and Buffett, amateurs can fucking suck it. Fuck their wives, drink their blood. Come on, Jeff, get 'em!
The Watch receives 16% from critics on 166 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. 39% from the audience on over 50,000 ratings. That's right, guys. It's a double qualifier.
Wow.
BQ.
They didn't like it.
Positive or negative reviews, I mean.
Glass half full kind of guy, or White Claw half full kind of guy. Let's go with the positives. It's not half full, but it's a lot less than half full. It's like a quarter full.
But you got hope.
Hey, John, that's weird. That glass looks half full to me.
Wow. Now that you mention it, it is half full.
Jim Lane of Sacramento News and Review.
Stay in your lane.
One of the funniest movies of the year.
What movies came out in 2012? Every time someone says that, like we have one of those reviews. The Campaign, This is 40, Project X, That's My Boy, Ted, Mac and Devin Go to High School, something called Parental Guidance, The Dictator, 21 Jump Street.
Ooh, 21 Jump Street's better.
Wanderlust, This Means War. Oh, man, I love that movie.
Why do you love that movie?
I don't know.
It is not a movie you should like.
I like Tom Hardy and I like Chris Pine.
All right.
Yo, Magic Mike and 21 Jump Street in the same year. Woo. Channing Tatum on that year, dude.
Woo.
Here Comes the Boom also came out then.
Future Cinephobe.
One for the Money came out in 2012.
Oh, Future Cinephobe.
Prequel month. Blake Howard of 2UE, That Movie Show. The Watch doesn't totally know what it is, but that doesn't matter. It's entertaining, silly fun, if you like gaggles of fools stumbling upon alien invasions and dick jokes.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate, I would say.
Simon Morado of Quick Flicks.
Simon Morado sounds like the name of a Wesley Snipes character in an action movie.
Simon Morado.
Oh, is that Jack Palance? Definitely. Simon Morado.
Simon says to take my drugs.
He disappears into the night.
He marauds my drugs. He marauds to another drug bust.
Simon Morado. How many games? How many games have you played?
All right. The Watch is indeed a feathered fish. It's a freaking underwater ostrich. Whether or not it will appeal to all four quadrants is of little concern to any viewer lucky enough to be located within its niche demographic, however.
A feathered fish?
I don't understand what any of that meant.
An underwater ostrich?
Ellen E. Jones of Total Films. If you can ignore the disturbing parallels with recent events,
there it is.
This middle-aged middle American attack the block raises a laugh.
That's gotta suck, huh?
I couldn't tell if you were talking about the timing of the movie being released or the clanking of your White Claw meant you were out.
No, that's not a White Claw, Zach. That's the triangle.
Oh, that's the okay. Emma Simons of The List.
That's it. That's the list. That should be the slogan.
That it triumphs despite being a slave to formula is
Yikes.
Squarely down to its uproarious banter, co-scripted by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, and delivered with aplomb by an on-forum ensemble.
Banter!
Is it banter? I don't think it's banter. We'll get to it.
Oh, now Amin knows what banter is.
Wow. Now you're discerning.
Yeah.
Jeff Bayer of the Scorecard Review.
Pop some pills.
The only thing the cast seemed to care about is trying to make you laugh. It worked for me, especially having a happy Vince Vaughn.
That sounds tonally like he doesn't like that, but I agree. They should be doing that.
Mark Ellis of Schmoes Know. It made me laugh, and even though it got untangled towards the end, I had fun watching it. I'm going to give this movie the same score as my mom, who accompanied us to the screening. 3.1 Schmoes, decimals run in the family.
Wow, phrasing on that one.
Rick Kissinek of 7 Days. Oh, I don't like that noise.
I like to
Rick Kissinek.
and then get it popping.
He nuzzles in and then he hickeys his way out again.
Rick Kissinek.
I don't know what planet other critics are watching their comedies on, but here on Earth, this is pretty gut-busting stuff. Woody Allen wishes to roam with love, where a tenth is funny.
Woody Allen, repeat offender for this episode.
Yeah, for real, man. What is Woody Allen references?
Harry Nemiroff of Shakya.com.
Harry Nemiroff. How many times is this guy on? How many times?
More like playtime for a bunch of comedians than a solid film, but for those looking for a harmless 102 minutes of amusing lunacy, this movie is entertaining enough.
Fair.
Rafer Guzman of Newsday.
Skip to my goose.
Say goo, repeat offender.
Yeah.
For hang time with the guys, you could do worse than The Watch.
Man Cave movie. Man Cave might be a horseman.
User Mike L, 5 out of 5 stars.
Hold this L.
Funny movie. If you don't like it, you're not doing it right. Just relax, put down the dictionary, pick up the bong, and enjoy.
You paused very slowly on the dick part of dictionary.
There was a hesitation in the dictionary.
Hesitation? That was a goddamn moment of silence.
There's never a hesitation in the dick, guys.
Dictionary.
User Holly O, 4 out of 5 stars.
Holly O!
Holly O.
How many comedies that have bad reviews just make people happy?
That's a good review.
Ascertain, Hollyo.
That's a good user review.
And then last one, user Stephen W, 5 out of 5. Hold this W. I love this movie. We need more movies with group orgy just to get the word out.
This guy would love a good old-fashioned orgy.
Negative reviews.
Stop being a pessimist. This tank is not half full. It's half empty.
David Bax of Battleship Pretension.
Backs to backs.
We need more reasons to go to a movie now. The Watch simply does not provide them.
Okay.
This review was in 2021.
Oh, shut up.
What? So it doesn't make any sense.
I hate you.
Mike Massey of Gone with the Twins.
No, this masshole.
Stocked with immature humor, gross out gags, and crass conversations as one would expect. But once the otherworldly visitors appear, it simply doesn't gel.
I don't think the gags were gross out.
Patrick Gamble of Cineview.
Patrick Gamble. He risks it all and then walks away from the tables.
I gotta admit, I've been really sick of the Jack Palance thing lately because you've been doing it for like 2 weeks now. I'm really enjoying it with the reviews. The atrocious comedy that compromises the majority of this sci-fi spoof isn't so much gratuitous, but just simply not very funny.
Good for you, man. Good for you.
Debbie Baldwin of Ledoux News.
Ledoux?
Reggie Ledoux.
Ledoux.
These men know comedy, so I cannot for the life of me comprehend what trusted advisor or dollar amount or automatic weapon persuaded them to sign on to this mess of a movie.
Oh, shut up, Debbie. No one likes you anyway. Debbie doesn't have friends, right?
Deborah Ross of The Spectator.
Another Deborah.
Yeah, back to back.
This is Deborah. I'm backs to backs.
Deborah down.
This wants to be Invasion of the Body Snatchers via Ghostbusters and Attack the Block, but succeeds in being nothing but its own dreadful, pitiful, tedious self.
Shut up, Deborah.
If it made you think of those 3 movies, then it did that.
Yeah, dumbass.
Al Alexander of The Patriot Ledger.
Al.
Wrote, crass, and worst of all, totally laugh-free. It inspires you to exact your own brand of vigilante justice.
You want to talk about, poor timing on the movie.
Yes. Tim Gerlerson of Deadspin.
You and Tim Gerlerson.
The Watch is a dream team in which no one's drawn up any plays and nobody passes the ball. Everybody just shoots and hopes for the best.
I mean, yes, but it kind of works.
Everyone gets their turn and it all works.
Yeah, they're all still members of the dream team.
Jason Buchanan of TV Guide. The aliens may not be of this earth, but the jokes in this lifeless sci-fi comedy are so lazy, they never even manage to lift off. Adam Ross of The Aristocrat. The only arcs these characters encounter are in their pants.
What?
That's a weird observation.
The arcs in their pants.
No one's really horny in this movie up until...
That's not true.
Obviously.
I don't know about that. I would say there's quite a deal of horniness going on.
Nigel Andrews of Financial Times.
Nigel Andrews?
Yeah, you got to do the voice.
By the end, you want to mercy shoot everyone involved.
Jade Smith was just desperately trying to escape from that accent right there.
I got a same note too for David Nussir of Real Film Reviews, but in a very different meaning. It's almost impossible to believe that The Watch comes from the same man behind the gleefully irreverent Hot Rod. Agreed.
Yeah.
I can't believe that he made the same movies.
For real.
I can, because they're both great.
Peter Vonderhaar of Houston Chronicle. Dick joke, gay joke, dick joke, piss joke, gangster rap gag done better 13 years ago in Office Space, Andy Samberg cameo, dick joke.
Gun store, liquor store, gun store. Where the fuck you taking me?
And then last one, James Berardinelli of Real Views. Don Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Mays.
Anthony Mays.
To Catch a Predator.
Alien versus Predator. Future Cinephobe.
Alien month.
Hey.
Oh shit, it's space month.
Oh shit.
All right, last one. The Watch is a studio turd marinated in eau de skunk that stinks worse than week-old fish.
Eau de skunk?
I don't think there is a turd marinated in eau de skunk that is going to smell better than a week-old fish. Am I wrong on that?
I don't know, man. Fish can get really fucking nasty.
Agreed. But concentrating the turd with the marination of skunk juice?
I would think so, but it's not rancid. For some reason, like that rancid.
Some turds are rancid.
But is the turd not aged?
It's come to my attention that skunk juice doesn't actually smell bad. Rather, it stings and is very acerbic, right? But it's not like, oh, that smells bad. It's more like, that hurts.
No, it stinks. You never smelled a skunk before?
Are you saying you've been sprayed by a skunk, Zach?
No, but I've been around an animal who has.
Okay.
Wow, way to throw Boogie under the bus.
No, I had a friend whose dog got sprayed by a skunk, and it was awful.
I was just imagining Zach being confronted by a skunk out in the wild and
just throwing Boogie at the skunk.
Chucking Boogie at it, bailing. Going back to get him later in a full hazmat suit.
We'll be back with the rest of the Cinephobe episode after this break.
Wow.
I have no idea if we have one of these here. Just leave
Look
it all in
that.
if we don't. But I just
Look
thought,
at that guy.
I don't know. We're done with the reviews.
The first time he's ever done that.
I thought maybe
for 140 years into this shit.
Because you dipshits, if there are now ads after that moment, what a great toss. But instead, if not, what a great little banter we've got here. Wondering why I did it. Listener, what's up? Zach Harper, coming to you live from Just Making My Picks on Prize Picks, the largest daily fantasy sports platform in North America. For my money and your money, the easiest and most exciting way to play DFS. Again, that's daily fantasy sports. It's just you against the numbers instead of battling thousands of players, including like pros and sharks, those people that really try to game the system and screw you over. You just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Basketball's here, right? So check this out. This is the cool thing that I love from Prize Picks. You can now pick combo projections across football and basketball from the Specials League, a league created specifically for combo projections that includes 2 or more players from different sports and leagues. So if you want to do like more Patrick Mahomes yards and less James Harden points, you can do that. You can do that combination. You can do any combination that they have on there. You just go to the Specials League. You want to play alongside people. Maybe you don't want to go it alone. Maybe you want to play alongside people. You can go to, I don't know, Meek Mill, Andrew Schultz. You find them in the community plays under the promos tab of the app to view entries from some of the biggest names in the Prize Picks community each week. And best of all, Prize Picks even offers a reboot policy so your entries stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. For football and basketball games, if you have the player who exits the game in the first half and does not return the second, that player is rebooted. Prize Picks, the only daily fantasy sports platform with an injury insurance policy. So I'll tell you what you do. You go to prizepicks.com/ding and use the promo code DING, D-I-N-G, for a first deposit match up to $100. Let me say that again for you. You go to prizepicks.com/ding. You use the code DING, D-I-N-G, for a first deposit match up to $100 from our friends at Prize Picks. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. Amin, what is your first note?
It's not one of my greatest first notes. Intro, narrator, exposition.
Mayes, what is your first note?
What's out there? Out in the great beyond. And what's beyond that? What's beyond? The answer is, I don't know.
My first note, how many movies do we do that begins with narration? 80% of them?
Yeah, we just started talking about it at Deadfall.
What do you think the percentage of movies starting off with narration is, just period?
High. 50%.
No.
Okay, I guess 40.
Lately, it's been a lot, yes, but not overall.
Essentially, what we've learned is there's only about 3 or 4 ways to start a movie, and most of them are bad.
We start off with Ben Stiller wandering into the universe.
And quite frankly, I don't want to know, because what I do know is they don't hold a candle to the greatest town in the greatest country on the greatest planet in the whole universe. Glenview, Ohio, USA, Earth.
Stiller is leading a running group through the streets of the suburbs. Here in Glenview, we value diversity. I myself am friends with an Indian man named Clyde. And this is Kim, a wonderful widow from Korea.
He asked her to spray him with the hose. She does. They laugh about it.
He spins as he's being sprayed. Like, he loves this. Sun shower, fun shower.
Future callback.
More narration. I don't have any black friends yet, but I'm on the market.
I fucking laughed.
He shakes the hand of a fellow volunteer who's black.
Yeah.
He goes back to the running troop. Every day, I ask not what Glenview can do for me, but what can I do for Glenview?
Reference.
He's stretching out a guy's glutes.
Hell yeah.
That are tighter than a snare drum.
How often do you guys get stretched?
Yo.
I'd love to get stretched. It's great. You don't get stretched? You just loosey-goosey all the time?
Nah, I'm tight as a drum at all times.
I prefer to stretch myself.
That's why I founded the running club, the Spanish table at the community center.
¿Dónde está mi tanque de oxígeno?
Just put that Spanish accent he uses up for the Lewis Pinnacle Award right now.
Good call.
And created the position of deputy secretary at the city council. Here, dreams really do come true. A simple man can start out as a junior manager at Costco. Get some product placement, boys. That might be a 5 horsemen.
There's a lot of product placement in this movie.
And 12 years later, with hard work and gumption, end up the senior manager at the very same Costco.
Hard work, gumption, and a lot of product placement for that Tide. That stack of Tide just behind him.
Tide, repeat offender in this movie because it's going to get a big moment towards the end. Yeah. He says, I should know because that man's name is me. Cut to Vince Vaughn at the Costco trying out the 3D television with Alvin and the Chipmunks playing.
Oh, what a time 3D was, huh?
Vince says, I don't mean to bust your chops, kid, but this is total bullshit. Those rats are as flat as they've ever been.
Is this ass off for Vince Vaughn?
It's fastball.
There is a competitive field for ass off.
No, I'm just saying, is he being ass off right now or is he being Vince Vaughn?
I don't know the difference.
Well, Zach has contradicted himself on this.
No, I haven't.
In the past, he said that Monique being herself was not ass off. But then he said Ashton Kutcher being himself was ass off.
You know what it sounds like? Racist and misogynist.
And
congratulations.
A giant fraud.
Stiller walks over, pushes the activation button on the 3D glasses. Holy shit, this is incredible.
Chipmunks are singing Bad Romance. And this is kind of a weird future callback because Akiva Schaffer would go on to direct the new Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie.
Really? That movie's a banger, bro.
That's what I've heard. I've heard it's really good. Lonely Island was doing it. John Mulaney was a voice.
We were talking about what was the best movie of 2022. I was like, I can't even remember what came out because I didn't like Doctor Strange. And I was looking at the list of movies that have been released in 2022. I was like, oh, Chip and Dale. That's top 5 for me this year. I don't care what nobody says. That movie is great.
I love that he says, there's chipmunks all coming out of the TV, Costco. Look it, the whole gang's here.
This is a miracle of technology.
As Stiller's explaining the specs of the TV, Vince is trying to touch the chipmunks. Where do I pay for this baby?
High fives him, smacks him on the ass.
He calls him Switch Man. Road Switch.
Now Costco's shutting down. We get more voiceover. It's not all about work. Had a lot of fun. Formed friendships that will last a lifetime. The security guard comes in spitting American history facts. There's 50 stars on the flag. The Constitution was written in 1787, and now I'm an American citizen.
Ben's so happy for him.
good things happen to good people. And Antonio immediately got a proud to be an American tattoo with an eagle and a flag. And so this reminded me of when we had a white trash party in college.
You guys just called a party then?
I had my roommate draw 2 tattoos for me. One was Dick Cheney shooting American flag smoke out of a gun. And the other one was an eagle crying in front of September 11th, the Twin Towers.
Oh my God.
And I feel like it's kind of a marriage of those 2 tattoos.
Maze, an eagle crying blood.
Never forget him, man.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, what year was this? Maze, 2006?
I think this was 2011.
10-year anniversary?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
He realizes the first 3 numbers are 9/11/01. And this motherfucker, ladies and gentlemen, in 2009, has to Google what happened on 9/11/2001. I'm known for sometimes to push the envelope on 9/11 jokes.
Oh man!
But I was legitimately offended.
You were offended?
I was offended.
I didn't know you could get offended.
I was offended.
This did it.
I was absolutely offended because we're talking about like we're 8 years out from fucking 9/11 happening.
Yeah,
nobody I have a friend of mine, longtime listeners of the show, people who were at the LA live show will know who this guy is. My friend Reggie, aka Reach. Me and Reach have a thing where we will literally screenshot our phones whenever it's 9/11 because every time I look at my phone, it's 9/11, right? 9/11 is a combination. 9/11 is so strong a combo of numbers that's associated with something that it literally stole the show from the original meaning of that number, which was 911.
Right.
No one looks at 911 anymore and says, "Oh, that's the number you call." People look at it and say, "That says 9/11,"
and they
right?
Forget.
And say never forget, right? Yeah. And so for them to have to point out, like to the audience, this is essentially what they're doing. They're saying, let's have the character do it, sort of the stupid asses in our audience who don't remember what happened in 9/11. I was so turned off by that, man.
Wow. All right, he says, that's really fresh. Good. Maybe keep it covered, though, because it's not really Costco policy, okay? Stiller's leaving. He says, if a bag of Bugles and a 6-pack of Coke goes missing, it's on me. You earned it. Antonio starts blasting Boys in the Hood by Eazy-E inside the Costco. He's strutting. He's dancing in the aisles. He grabs a 6-pack, then forgoes it for a bottle of vodka.
I like this montage.
Oh, it's a great montage.
Costco security, motherfuckers!
He's watching TV. He's taking pills in the pharmacy. He's riding a kid's Hot Wheel tricycle.
He forklifts a recliner in front of a wall of TVs so he can watch Wild Things while he sparks up a joint.
Oh, yeah. It's time to come out of the pool, Denise.
Wild Things file.
All of a sudden, the TVs go static and cut out. He checks a circuit breaker. All the lights go out. He's trying to put them back on. He's scared. He thinks it might be Ben Stiller.
Listen, they gave me a gun and they didn't teach me to use it properly, so you're in a lot of danger.
If you don't just back the fuck up, okay?
Turns around. He sees something. He fires wildly at it. He runs out of bullets. He starts running away. He does the thing where you throw something down behind you as someone's chasing you. Does that work?
I don't think so.
I feel like you lose momentum more than you stop momentum.
If you can do it without slowing down, I think it works, but otherwise, no.
He's killed at the door as he tries to escape.
He also stepped in a puddle of green goo, which we will see a lot of in this movie.
And a Rayovac battery
rolls up to his foot.
Cut to Ben Stiller's house. He and his wife are discussing a baby shower. He says that they used to hate New York together. It was one of their things. Abby says it's great in Glenview, but it's boring, super boring. She wants to get out, see the world, get some culture. When she gets back, they are going to SCREW on the kitchen floor.
I love it when you spell it, definitely. Or we could do it in the bedroom.
Or we can start in the kitchen and move up to the bedroom. She leaves for the airport in a taxi, 20 CB.
No. Don't do that. That's not 20 CB, man. Like, Uber is a very recent phenomenon. It's like the last 10 years.
What do you think of? You think of the 90s. Think of the 80s, don't you? You don't think of 2005, even if it's accurate, do you?
It's like MapQuest, right?
Right. That's a 20 CB thing no matter when it came.
Yeah, I guess so.
He pulls up to Costco. There are police and media and paramedics there. Will Forte is the sergeant, stopping him from going into the Costco. Just clip this whole thing, man. Will Forte fucking brings it.
Yeah.
I love him.
My note is literally Will Forte. That's the whole note.
That's it. That's the note.
Oh, wait a second. You're the manager, so do you happen to know the name of the guy who was working last night?
Yes, Antonio Guzman.
Antonio?
Something happened to him?
Guzman.
Yeah, he's dead.
What? Are you sure?
Pretty sure. Looks like your friend was ripped apart by a wild animal.
Jesus.
We're dealing with one sick son of a bee. Took the victim's skin.
Are there any leads or fingerprints or do they...
Slow down, guy. I mean, we only got here like 2 hours ago. We strung up this yellow tape, which took a while. So, you knew the victim well?
Yeah, he was a friend. He just became an American citizen.
And that made you angry?
No, it made me happy. I was happy for him.
Then why'd you kill him?
I didn't kill him. What are you talking about? Why are you staring at me like that?
Just kidding.
I'm joking.
Come on, you come help ID the body. How'd you going, though, man? He sees Antonio's body. He's horrified.
Then the sound of silence plays in Spanish.
Still is crying his ass off.
I wrote Golden Dumpster nominee for that, and now it wouldn't even make it past the heats to get to the finals.
He's home. We've got some newscast recaps position of the event so far, and then we get Will Forte on the news with the Chiron wholesale murder.
There's only 8 cops in this town, and there's thousands of you.
So not to point fingers or anything, but that he points a finger right at the camera. Will Forte, ass off.
Cut to Glenview Spartans high school football game. The announcer was bribed $20 to announce Evan Troutwig. So he goes out there with the mic. Did anyone here cry themselves to sleep last night?
He's got a No More Murders shirt on.
Hold on. How about the mascot? Mock crying.
Miming to cry.
Ass off.
It's okay. You can laugh. Laughter is a common expression of grief. And yes, I did cry because a man was killed yesterday. But tonight, my tears have turned to fists because whoever did this is still out there.
Who's this guy?
And we need to stop him before he strikes again.
Oh, so again.
No more murder. Because our society has rules. And one of those rules is you can't kill someone and take their skin. That's not cool.
The Spartan mascot does like the cutoff motion.
So with that in mind, I am forming a neighborhood watch, a task force of concerned citizens to solve the murder of Antonio Guzman, to keep an eye on any and all suspicious activities, and generally get to the bottom of things.
Also, ass off Jonah looking at the kid who blew the raspberry, then choking him and shushing him.
Vince is nodding his head in the stands. Now they're in Ben's home. Vince is snacking on appetizers. Jonah's flipping around a butterfly knife. Ben is waiting for more people for his presentation.
Vince recognized him from Costco. And one more concerned citizen rings the doorbell. Vince is very interested in knickknacks.
He loves some knickknacks.
Oh, my God.
Enter Richard Iowati, who is Jamarcus.
Boy, come with a book bag full of them boys. Your boy? Oh. Your boy with the book bag full of the Drenite when we
what?
Well, we knew that.
You talking about your mom?
Ben seems happy there's a potential black friend here. I was hoping another person would come, and you're the best type of person it could be. I couldn't have hoped for. Wow, this is just come on in.
Most people are disappointed.
I'm so pleased to have this effect this early.
British? I am. And you're American?
Vince is holding up.
Clip Vince Vaughn discovering nesting dolls. Ass off Golden Dumpster.
This is something that you got to watch this movie because the absolute ass off nature of Vince Vaughn.
It's like he has amnesia.
He cannot believe there's another one.
Every single time his mind is blown.
Looks like it's a Thailand or something. I don't know what it is. It's beautiful. Oh my God! There's another doll in here. Hi, look at this. There's a doll in here. Man, look at this thing here. Oh my God, there's another one. Look at this. Did you know that?
Yeah,
That's
I did.
awesome.
It's a Russian nesting doll. You want to have a seat when we start the meeting?
That's incredible. Look at that little doll. Oh my goodness, look at that.
Yeah.
It keeps going. It keeps going. There's more. There's more dolls in here.
No, they
Look
call
at
them
that.
nesting dolls.
Did you know
You wanna sit
that?
down? We
No, but
start
they
the
keep
meeting?
going. There's more dolls. You have one doll, you have another. Put this on top of this doll.
That's what they are.
I just got to see. Got to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, there's
You're
a lot.
kidding me.
This is the part where I said, okay, maybe he's not quite Vince Vaughn in this movie. Because Vince Vaughn typically is a wise-ass character. And in this moment, I'm like, this guy's actually kind of naive and a little bit on the dumb side. And I really enjoyed that.
Ben hands some handbooks. He wants everybody to introduce themselves. Jonah asks for beers. Ben says no beers.
Vince is Bob with a B. Loves this town, loves his wife, loves his daughter, loves the chance to get acquainted. Really into this. Once a week, away from the wife and kids, telling some dirty jokes, having some beers, if we're good.
Yeah.
I really look forward to having a chance of tearing this shit up. Really fucking it up.
He does the quintessential. And it's Jonah's turn. That was a great speech. I'm Franklin. A few years ago, dropped out of high school, wasn't feeling the vibe, wanted to become a member of the Glenview Police Department. I guess they didn't see the magic that was me. Apparently I didn't pass the written exam or the physical exam or the mental health exam, whatever that means. So here I am with this vigilante squad, and I figure that's the best way to work through my emotional shit. Bust some heads in the process.
Stiller corrects him. Not a vigilante squad.
Vigilante squad, militia, whatever you're going for, it doesn't matter.
It's funny that this and 21 Jump Street came out in the same year, because this is kind of like the evil twin of the 21 Jump Street character.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every group needs a wild card, and it's safe to say we found ours.
I dig it.
Wild card, bitches! Yeah!
Time for Jamarcus to go. Recently and happily divorced and just looking to get more involved in the local community.
Also, I have this one scenario in my mind that kind of hoping plays out like this. Young, sexy, Asian housewife, alone at night, frightened. A noise out by the trash cans. Best call the neighborhood watch. I show up, look heroic, and then, get this, she sucks my balls. Hear me now.
I'm also interested in that happening to me.
What matters is that they're all united in one cause.
Jamarcus is horny.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Some horniness.
Ben Stiller unveils the logo with an eye. There's a halo over it, wings on it.
It kind of looks like the basketball Illuminati logo.
It does actually. Looks a lot like it. He has a 12-sector breakdown of the map of Glenview. Some might argue there are 13 if you abide by Yorktown Zoning Commission ruling. I'm not buying it. But again, I'm not from Honeywell County.
Vince feels like there's a lot of dense material, and he wants to relocate to his house with drinks, lazy boys, flat screens. I got the whole nine. Just want to throw it out there. If I'm overstepping to say the word, you're not going to hear another squeak from this little wheel.
Jamarcus says that sounds like a fuckload better than this.
No offense.
And Jonah's going to warm up the car.
I don't even know why I'm still sitting here.
A thing that Jonah does repeatedly in this movie is he just acts immediately and makes moves before he's fully discussed anything.
Fuck sinking, we need to act!
Now they're at Vince Vaughn's house. He takes him into a garage/man cave. It has everything.
Construction manager built this little slice of heaven with my own two hands.
He also built some exposition with that line.
Jonah feels like the massage chair is inside him.
It's inside me.
Ben brought so much material over. He's got just all these pamphlets and all this shit.
Charts and shit. You got an easel.
Best $2,300 I ever spent. Got it from relaxtheback.com. It's like Toys R Us for your ass and back.
Hi, Brad. Anal beads.
Product placement.
Feels like 1,000 baby wizards are massaging my ass cheeks with their little baby wands.
Powerful imagery, brother. I'm digging where he's coming from.
Ben keeps declining scotch, and Vince keeps yelling, "Scotch and yes, scotch and yes."
What's your poison? No poison.
He actually says it 3 different ways with 3 different punctuations. Scotch and yes. Scotch and yes. Scotch and yes. Period, question mark, exclamation.
Jamarcus just starts playing the guitar. It's fucking chaos for Ben, who is trying to just get this meeting off the ground. All right, Vince wants to know more about Ben. No kids.
That's a shame. I mean, I couldn't imagine my life without my little Chelsea. I mean, being a parent is, well, it's unbelievable.
That's great.
Dad, can I go to a movie at 11?
Hell no, it's a weeknight!
But Mandy and Judy are going.
Mandy? Thank you for proving my point. Mandy's dead weight is a succubus. I told you that.
Dad, I'm trying to talk to you like an adult, and you just
don't want to listen. That's right. So skedaddle. Get up there and do your homework.
Are you serious? I fucking hate it here.
Well, I fucking love it here.
That's a great comeback.
It is a great comeback.
I'm going to start doing that one.
That's my little princess. That's my little angel, Chelsea, right there. I'm sorry you didn't get a chance to introduce you guys. How about some drinks? Fresh horses for my men. Tonight we ride. Get in here, Frankfurter.
Yeah.
No. Come on, Everoo.
As Vince is trying to order some pizza, Ben gives up, says he's going to put up some flyers. He walks out.
Jamarcus just says, bye!
See you tomorrow night. Same Bob time, same Bob place. As Ben is putting up flyers, he gets home, and there's a guy named Paul who lives across the street peeking into his windows.
Ass off for Paul, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Billy Crudup. Absolutely.
Evan Troutwig, subscriber to Men's Fitness. Not that you need it. Excuse me? Got the body of a decathlete. And then he turns the magazine into a scope. and looks him all over.
And you got great skin. I live with my female wife, Abby. All right, Evan, stay fit.
It's the Stiller deadpan. I am the straight man in the comedy.
Next day, Abby is home. Sees the flyers. She says he started another club. Corrects her it's a task force for concerned citizens. She pulls out a pregnancy test.
No. She peed on an ovulation stick on the plane. Thinks there's 2 pink lines. Wants to fuck just to be safe. But Evan's got to go meet the guys for patrol. He's made a vow to find Antonio's killer.
If you were shooting blanks and your wife is ovulating and she wants to conceive, would you tell her?
Yeah, I think you kind of have to, right?
No way. He's passing up on all of this free raw dog sex with no consequences. Oh, my God.
They're married.
No, because if he does, she would eventually ask questions because they'd not be getting pregnant.
You can tell her and still have sex.
No. You got to make the most of it.
But Amin's saying you could just fuck and not tell her and not get caught.
Yeah, because she wants to have the baby.
But you would absolutely get caught because she would keep asking questions about why they're not getting pregnant. Eventually you'd go to a doctor and you get found out.
Clearly she's not asking questions.
Not yet because he's not fucking her.
Right. He's avoiding it.
Well, that's even worse. She's asking questions about why he's not fucking. I'd rather be asked questions about why I want to fuck all the time and nothing happens rather than why I never want to fuck. Maybe that's just me.
Vince passes out custom jackets for the watch.
White Claws are activating, by the way.
Yeah, we know.
Yo, this is the style that I want the bingo bomber jackets to be.
Oh, my God. Yes.
Young Frank Dukes with the wings and a flame on the back. Yeah. Come on, man.
And every Giants team paraphernalia in existence.
A patch for every Giant.
Yes.
Evan is mad that his logo is gone, but Vince is just like it. Now it's awesome. And also the original logo is small on the side, but Evan is not down.
That's weird because there's like an eye on the shoulder, but there's a tiger on your back.
Weird how?
What are we, the flaming tigers? Because that's what it looks like. The flaming flying tigers. It makes no sense.
Are you out of your mind? This is inspiring for the watch. Whenever you have a tiger, flames, and wings, all in the same logo. It's like the Chinese symbol for shut the fuck up and dance. This is inspiring for the watch.
I don't know. What are we in a doo-wop group? We're gonna like stand over a garbage can with fire and harmonize?
I would see this doo-wop group.
Okay, for your information, doo-wop groups were known to close ass. Singing was their hobby. Closing ass was their job.
The baritone from Boyz II Men had to stop making music because he got so much pussy.
Thank you.
They're like ass collectors.
That's when I cackled in the studio. I was like, yo, I got to leave because I'm out of control here.
What I love is as Vince Vaughn is describing the tiger who's fierce and sleek, it's got wings so it flies above the neighborhood. If it sees a domestic problem, it kills it. Jonah Hill is nodding in agreement.
Oh, yeah.
I will ride with you forever on this. He is so serious in the way he is agreeing on this.
Such a psycho.
This is not about fashion. This is about brotherhood. This is about solidarity. You should get that more than anybody.
Jonah says pigs have uniforms. I think we should have uniforms too. Match those fuckers on every level.
Can I just say, Bob, that these are the shit. Just the shit. These are just shit.
Then they put their hands in. When Vince says to Evan to put his hand in there, Joe's like, put your pretty hand in there. Cut to them staking out the Costco at night.
Yeah, this is boring. We're not going to sit here all night, are we? It's a stakeout.
I don't mean to sound childish, but I do have to pee.
Liquids come in, liquids come out. Starts peeing in a can. He's taking lots of road trips, so he's good at this.
Okay, and we're going. Oh my God, we're going. Oh my God, we're going.
He leans into Ben Stiller's airspace and he just like leans forward onto the steering wheel.
Gives running piss commentary. It's borderline sexual, Everoo.
I'm not missing either.
It's so controlled. It's like he's threading a needle.
It's so controlled.
Okay, because I can feel the steel right around the tip. I'm squishing against it. I got the mushroom pushed up right against it. Hit me with a beat.
Hit me with a stop and a go.
It's fucking...
It's stop and go. Vince does it. He's killing it.
Tries to hand him the can. Evan does not want it. I'm busting your chain.
Lighten up, big guy.
Did I miss anything while I was pissing? Did we catch the killer?
Stiller ruins the mood, reminding everybody that Antonio's killer still continues to roam free.
He's right. That sicko's probably out there right now, staring at us from a distance in watcher vision, beating the living shit out of his dick. Alone, reliving a sick fantasy. In a hurry?
Vince cracks open a beer. Ben says he can't do it. It's against the law. Open alcohol in a car. He's like, it's not moving. Not even a key in the ignition. Franklin, you failed the police test. Is this illegal?
It's definitely illegal, but I also failed the boring test. You know what I'm saying?
Hook me up. Vince Amazon Bear goes, my guy.
I'm gonna drink this little cervezas.
We hear and see sirens from a police car and the lights.
Forte rolls up. You doing a little cruising?
Neighborhood watch business. Hide your bong, Chucho. Neighborhood watches.
Found his flyers. Ask how's it going. Most killers return to the scene of the crime. I agree with you.
Yo, Chucho is such a great name for a character, man.
It is. I love Jonah. Sergeant, you remember me? No. Have I arrested you before? I'm not so good with faces. Like, faces, you're a cop. What do you mean? You're not good with faces? What?
Blows his mind. Like, he literally can't cope.
I don't see the connection.
Forte's super suspicious that they're there at the Costco. Makes them feel like they have some secrets. And when they're done playing Hardy Boys, pay this ticket for open alcohol containers, as well as this one for putting up 200 flyers without a permit.
Jonah's furious. Vince says, you can't drink in your car anymore. The hell is this country coming to?
They get a call about a noise complaint at the football field.
Cut to them walking the football field. Lights come on, blinding them. They start getting pelted with eggs.
Thrown by Carson Phillips.
One of the kids throws, says, yoke's on you, asswipes. Yoke's on me. A fucking pun.
I thought of a Zach in that moment. How Zach would react.
I immediately started thinking of them, and then he just starts saying them once he catches.
Yep.
He said all the ones that I was thinking of. Ben starts chasing after him. Jonah yells that they're getting away.
Evan flexes his running club skills like Tom Cruise. Lands a flying tackle. Who's laughing now, kid?
I bet you didn't expect it. Get your ass kicked.
Look how much pain he's in.
Vince, guess what you learned tonight? You don't mess with the neighborhood watch, baby. Look at Everoo with the high hands.
They start high-fiving. Undefeated. And the next episode starts playing.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucker D.O.G. Snoop Dogg, motherfucker.
They take the skateboarder kid to the police station. Suck a fat dick, Chucho.
Chucho cheers us.
Chucho just raises his mug. Egging, Sergeant. Guy's an egger. Real hard on that one. Eggs, the coward's weapon. Then he tried to run away on his little skitterboard.
Skitterboard. The kid looks like a young Brian Scalabrine, by the way, in the face.
They don't look anything alike.
Anytime I ever point out that somebody looks like someone else, you always disagree.
Because they never do.
They always do.
They never do.
And now you deal with the consequences. Homegirl's trying to make an omelet.
I think it's nice to throw eggs at people.
Do you?
Yeah, answer the question. It's rude. It hurts people's feelings, and it hurts their faces.
And now you deal with the consequences.
Homegirl's trying to make an omelet.
Yeah, look at me.
Look at his face.
Look at my face.
Look at his face and listen to me.
Look at him and listen to me.
Look at him and understand me. Look at both of us, but understand no one. Listen to my words and hear his face.
Do you think it is funny to throw an egg in somebody's
You think
face?
it's funny? You think it's a yolk? I'll shove a full egg inside your asshole and watch it hatch.
Franklin.
Sorry. Let's say it's no, I understand. It's too far. Sorry.
They give the skateboard to Forte, give him his bag back. Well, that was super weird. Am I under arrest? Of course not. Those guys are a joke.
One of you guys give me a ride home? Fuck no.
I'm not a chauffeur. Neither is Chucho over here. Right, buddy?
He throws his skateboard.
Get out of here.
Thrown to the skateboard. Oh, that shit was too funny.
Rides home in the street on the skateboard, sees a blue light by a breaker. Light busts out. Garbage can from far away falls over. Car suspension moves. Kid skateboards away in a panic.
After threatening to pelt them with an egg,
something's running the roofs.
Shadow jumping above him, and he gets tackled off his board. The board rolls into a car.
Cut to the watch. Driving, listening to Ain't Seen Nothing Yet, drinking beers.
Bachman Turner Overdrive. Clip it, Maze.
We are fucking gods. What'd you say, Evan? You ain't seen nothing yet. Come back again. Baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. What? Baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. You're damn right. You've been around. All the way from London, England. Put your hands together. Make them feel welcome, everybody. So Mr. DeMarcus Here we go.
Yo, the fact that none of them know the lyrics.
They know the words about as well as Amin knows the words to any song.
Yes, this is like Amin singing every song.
Menage a note.
Baby.
They're having an amazing time. Ass is nowhere to be found in this scene.
Even Stiller's in on it at this point because he actually did something.
Then the car hits something. They slam on the brakes. Jonah immediately thinks that Ben Stiller hit a kid.
Beer and piss all over the car. Evan could get 15 years to life for this. Let's focus on living and drive out of here.
Ben's going to assess outside. There's green slime on the front of his car. Jamarcus thinks that it's a freakishly big fly.
Jonah picks up a weird, stretchy turtle thing. Vince starts spinning a story of a crate of freshly caught octopi. Jamarcus confirms it's octopus and a fresh one.
Jonah says, worst case scenario, Evan murdered a Japanese man who was eating octopus while crossing the street.
Evan recognizes the green slime from the Costco murder scene near Antonio. Had he just won a Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award?
Franklin, he was dead. So
he wasn't eligible. That's amazing that he won, because you usually have to do some kids type thing to win that award.
Easy, Maze.
Everything is so quick in this scene, how they just change angles from one to the next.
Feels like cum.
Ew.
Well, I dare anyone to touch it and tell me it doesn't feel like cum.
May I? Yeah, that's cum.
Well, it's green. It's not cum. I'm saying it's a cum. It feels like cum.
The texture, the flavor, the color, the consistency.
It's very cum-like.
Jonah found a silver orb. It's a very mysterious and powerful device whose mystery is only exceeded by its power.
Ben sticks his finger in one of the holes and it moves and lights up.
Arlie Ermy comes out angry with a shotgun. Evan introduces himself. I got your neighborhood watch right here, sweet lips.
Ben asks if he heard anything strange tonight. Me like 4 nitwits standing around on my lawn in the middle of the night.
Ass off of a man, Arlie Ermy.
Vince tells him he's being overly aggressive and a little bit snippy, and if being a little bit snippy was a crime, he'd be making a citizen's arrest right now.
Why don't you just shut your cocksucker there, dickweed?
Then he gets a phone call and starts loudly expositioning to Bill. Got 4 members of the Babysitters Club here trying to solve some kind of mystery for Betty by time.
Starts counting to 10. They leave. Jonah has Jamarcus steal the orb.
Nice to meet you. Fuck you, Curly.
Got to them messing with the orb by some construction equipment near a farm. Ben says try sticking the fingers in the holes.
Every time I stick a finger in, another light goes off.
All right, guys, let's all finger these holes together.
That's a bad idea. Don't be such a pussy, Jamarcus. Come on, come over here and finger bang this ball with us.
They do. It shoots a light at a cow, and then the beam blows it up.
It's terrible for the cow, but this thing's fucking awesome.
It's a major find. Ben says nobody touch it until they figure out what it is. We definitely should not fuck with this thing.
Last thing we want to do is cause a disturbance.
Straight out of Compton plays, we get a montage.
Montage!
And we're gonna need a montage. Ooh, it takes a montage. Stephen Hawking had a montage.
They're so hyped to use this weapon.
Oh my God.
They're having so much fun.
Blow up a tractor, blow up a barn, blow up bales of hay. Hey now!
When they're doing it, Vince yells, yeah, the ball!
Back in the man cave, clinking Bud Heavies. That cow's fucking head just poofed, just puffed.
They're saying the orb isn't of this world. Could be the government. It's always the government.
I don't disagree. It could be the government or an alien or where governments and aliens connect.
Jonah says it came from the Mac store.
Magical 8-ball bowling ball, blowing shit up.
The combo is all interlapping all at the same time. And I love that. You have to really focus to hear what each one is saying.
They have 4 or 5 scenes like this where everything's so rapid fire to where I was obviously pausing to write everything down, but then I was going back 10 seconds to rewatch to get to the next point. There really is so much in there.
I think this is what that review is talking about, where it's all the dream team, people looking for their own shot. They're all just dropping lines. It's not necessarily related.
No, they fit together though.
It works for me. I'm not saying it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that they're all shooting.
They are, but I also think that it all works together because they're all sort of building off each other, but then going a different direction. Instead of just like joke on top of joke on top of joke, they're all going different directions, but they're all still interloped into the same conversation.
Yeah, I guess that kind of gets into, is this banter?
I don't think it's banter.
Because they are kind of riffing and expanding.
Yeah, I think it's riffing. I don't think it's banter.
It's not banter because banter is very self-aware. This is how you screen your calls. Like, that's banter, right? I'm purposely doing shtick.
And also, banter is at the expense of another person.
Yes, absolutely.
There isn't a lot of that. Honestly, it's more like Vince building up Jonah.
Yes.
They're firing off in the sky, and everybody's just kind of saying things that the characters don't realize are ridiculous or funny. Like when they're talking about it feels like cum, I dare anyone to touch it, tell me it's not cum. That's not banter. That's the same thing with the Russian nesting doll. He's literally described, oh my God, he's genuinely shocked by this. He's not doing shtick there, even though obviously we know for the purpose of the movie it is shtick. That's why it's not banter.
Evan doesn't know if it was a killer alien, an octopus, doesn't know what or who, but this has something to do with it. Goo was on the car, orb was near the car. Vince wants to call the orb Lucy.
As Stiller calls it Lucy. He then calls it Lucy at the same time.
All right, they're suspicious now of Arlie Ermy for kicking them off his property. I think we dress Franklin up as a girl named Francesca. He goes to the door as a salesman because they'll suspect him any other way. He's pretty enough, and Jonah is just nodding in agreement the entire time.
I'm listening. He's an attractive guy. He has the features where he can fool him.
You got feminine features.
So we put Franklin in a costume, send him for the old man. He's lonely. He'll let Franklin in the house. Boom, he's in. Now it's intel. He's under the radar. It's an attractive lady showing up. His liver-spotted hands are going to want to caress her.
You think Ben is going to be like, this is ridiculous, guys. He's like, can I tell you something, Bob? That could work.
He's in on it. It could work.
I'm not going to go past second with this old guy, but if I have to, I will.
I think it's important we get really confirmed on what you're prepared to do, so it's not a new thing.
I will
Let's
use
talk
both
about it.
hands. I won't use a mouth. He may use his hands and may not use his mouth.
Well, I think you got to make it all go down before you get
Here's
found out.
the issue.
Vince is miming jerking off with both hands and then gesturing to his own package.
What's the best case on this one?
Okay, here's the best case scenario. He's a lonely old man. He wants to waltz. He wants to listen to some of the old songs from his childhood. Worst case scenario, you're getting fucked in the ass. Either way, we're going to find out who this old man is.
Either way, we're going to get involved in this guy's life.
Jonah's doing the balancing like either or. We'll see.
He's miming, weighing his options. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
They keep it a neighborhood watch secret. Don't tell the cops.
Oh my God, I was crying.
You're not going to call the cops?
Everyone is so fucking perfect in this scene.
This is a perfect example of yes and improvisation.
Yeah, not Amin's new style of no butt.
No butt, man. Like, no butt could really change the game, guys. I'm telling you.
Because it's all you do, Amin.
No butt, zero cheeks, ass off. Which one is it, Amin?
That's pretty witty.
All you do is someone says something and Amin goes, no, I have it like this. Classic Amin move.
Is it? Do I do that?
He will never yes and.
That's called story topping, Zach.
He'll do a couple of ways. He'll either go, no, I have it like this, or he'll say, I'll do you one better. I submit to you.
The thing about no butt is that it still moves the story forward. People say yes and because that moves the story forward. You can't just stop at no. I don't know why no gets this negative connotation. You can't do yes and just stop right there. No, you got to do yes and.
I feel like you know why no gets a negative connotation.
Because I'm black?
What? No, I was making a comment on hearing no all the time.
No.
No. Gone too far.
Too far.
Ben goes home, takes one more tentacle off his grill. Paul waves from across the street, swirling a drink.
Just casually waving to him from the porch, drinking whiskey outside. Ass off, dude. Want to talk about overqualified for a bit cameo? Billy Crudup.
Next day, Vince is checking Facebook.
21st century, man.
Sees his daughter made out at Mandy's party. It's cousin Greg. He barges in on her room.
Greg makes the "oh yeah" face.
The fact that it's posted on Facebook by young people for young people, using Zach's logic. Isn't that 20th century bitch?
No.
Zach.
It was never 20th century bitch.
Zach, back me up here.
I'll allow it.
It's 2011. It's 2012.
No.
I get it, but if you were paying attention, Maze.
No. I'm with Amin on this.
If you were paying attention.
It's 20 CV.
Earlier in the podcast, Zach said.
Taking a taxi to the airport is 20th century bitch.
Even if it's something that clearly existed well into the 21st century.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you accuse me of not paying attention? Yes, I heard that point earlier. No, I don't agree with it. Also, Facebook was never in the 20th century.
Nah, it basically was.
If you had invented 20th century Facebook, you would have invented 20th century Facebook.
AOL, same shit.
AOL. What?
If it was Friendster, I would allow it. Dad, what the F? Don't F me. Who's this boy toy named Jason? Boy toy? What's his Toy Story?
Isn't it weird that cousin Greg was like a sex symbol in this movie?
I love it.
You're going to let some guy car wash the inside of your mouth with his tongue and then you're going to post about it on the internet?
Stop internet stalking me, okay? Just get out of my room.
You don't see me and your mom posting our sessions on the internet, do you?
Ew, that's disgusting.
Then he takes a shot at the collage on
What's going on with this collage? This is going in the direction of like strippers on spring break. It's a collage of my friends, Dad.
Tells her sex is for love. Tells her to take the video down.
Sex is for love is a wild line. To tell your child?
Really productive conversation. Seriously, really. We should do more of it.
When he gets out of the room, he's like, you're right on the edge. Cut to Ben looking at a board trying to figure out who Pepe Sylvia is.
Pepe Sylvia.
Crime board, yeah.
Puts a pic of Octopus
Taco, Octopus Nigiri. And he gets a text from Vince, who's singing to himself, drinking a Bud Heavy on a bench at sunset.
Needs to meet.
Doesn't it ever shock you guys to see the old iPhone text interface?
It actually did. I was like, oh, fuck, that's what it used to look like.
Yeah, man. Like, it just threw me for a loop. I was like, oh my God.
Because it looks fake now.
It looks 20th century, bitch.
You know what? iPhone texting, original, 20 CB.
There you go.
You guys are out of control on this right now. Name a thing that actually happened in the 20th century.
I'm sorry, Maze, that you're so intent on breaking up racial harmony right now.
There you go.
What's that about?
I think if you look at my track record over the last 140 years of Cinephobe, I've been pretty intent on breaking up racial harmony on this podcast.
Amin's my brother. Is he yours? Something to think about.
How many times did you watch Tiptoes, Maze?
Tip 2.
Back to back, huh? Couldn't get enough.
Like Tango and Cash.
Banter.
Gary Oldman, he shuffles in, pokes a light switch with a cane and shuffles back out again.
Kate Beckinsale.
She wears a stupid hat, and then later on she wears another hat.
She blows her boyfriend. She leaves him for his brother. She gets excited about a little person circle jerk.
We get some reverse Poppy talk exposition. His wife's traveling. Parenting falls on him. He wonders when Evan's going to pop a few out. It's not that simple.
It's about as simple as putting your dick in a vagina.
I don't really have a choice. Turns out my gun doesn't really shoot too well.
Gun? You mean your prick? Why are you saying gun? It's just two guys sitting on a bench. You can say it. Say prick. Say cock. Just say prick. Anyway, then you take a couple of those blue bombers.
No.
It'll get that wing nice and stiff. It'll get you all monstered up.
No.
Oh, it will.
No.
And then you'll be fucking like a champ in no time.
No, I can.
I know a guy that'll give you some, and I got some from Mexico.
That's not the problem. That's not the problem.
I'll get you some of those Mexican bombs.
I can do everything. It's just that, started trying to have kids a year and a half ago. Went to the doc, got my sperm checked. Vince has always had a curiosity about that. Clip it again, Maze!
When you go to one of those doctors, do you jerk yourself off? Or does the doctor like jerk you off, or like an assistant? Is it like a massage parlor? Or do they have like a machine, like a medical machine that does the milking for you, like milks you like an animal? I'm asking you how you get the cum out of you. They do it.
No, I jerk me off.
Went, got tested, no go, shooting blanks. I could shoot a bucketful, would make no difference. Doctor's actual words, a bucketful.
I love the look that Ben gives him when he says milks you like an animal. And Vince replies, I'm asking how they get the cum out of you.
That's Straight Man Hall of Fame right there. That scene. Just the fact that you let Vince just riff like that and you don't even slightly break. That's what makes Ben Stiller different.
I need the blooper reel of that so badly.
Again, Stiller or Bateman?
Man, it's so tough. It's probably Stiller.
It's funny because I think the last time we had this conversation, we were like, no, Bateman's number one.
But Ben Stiller's had more movie reps.
Bateman's a straight man in everything, though.
Other than Dodgeball.
That was like the only time I've ever seen him not be the straight man.
And Smoking Aces.
No, he was a straight man in Smoking Aces too.
Absolutely not.
That's when we had this conversation.
Absolutely not.
Zach, do you remember?
Straight man.
Zach, he was not the straight man in Smoking Aces.
Straight man.
Please, rape him if it's possible. Punch him in the seat or something, Hit him in the brown. I don't know. Anyway.
Sorry, not breaking up this racial harmony.
Fuck your racial harmony.
Whoa! Clip it!
New intro.
Jesus.
Your racial harmony. Yours.
Intro version 4 exposes Anthony Mayes.
Yeah.
Why could God make all people one color? Like tan. That's racial harmony.
It's 2012. Can't you get like a ball transplant?
21st century, man.
I don't think the science is there.
Ever Rooney, you didn't tell your wife?
Doctor, she married you, not your dead jizz. Golden dumpster nominee.
That's a hell of a line. He's got a shave and a haircut ringtone. It's Arlie Ermy, whose character name is Manfred Salisbury, which I submit to you guys is the American spaghetti lasagna.
Yeah.
Manfred Salisbury.
Someone is jumping around on his roof like a maniac. Wonders if it's them. Ben says he'll be right there.
Call the watch.
Vince and Ben show up. Jonah and Jamarcus are already there, say nobody's around. Go around the back.
Hootie Owl's in the backyard.
Manfred's phone plays Saline Takes Me Away. There's something in the bushes. Jamarcus says they should run for their lives. Ben wants to go up to it.
He starts humming the tones from Close Encounters. Maybe he doesn't speak English, so I'm doing like friendly tones. Sees the alien's face and frog-like eyes. He offers him some gum as food. He's still doing the Close Encounters humming.
Jamarcus, he likes it. Everyone likes gum. Let's go.
He digs something up. He wants to share his gift. And he tosses Arlie's corpse with a huge hole in it.
His torso's been completely emptied out. He says, "Oh, mother of fuck."
The alien rears up to full height. It's got predator-like mandibles on its mouth.
He hits Ben against a shed.
Approaches Jamarcus. Got claws in the forearm. Roars in his face. Then Evan smashes his head with a lawn gnome. Jamarcus says that was really stressful.
It falls in a way that it hits its neck on a bucket ledge like it's $1 Million Baby. Spoiler alert.
$1 Million Alien Baby.
Cut to Vince's house. There is a creature under the sheet in a chair. They unveil it, and Vince and Jonah are horrified with their asses off.
This reveal is so silly.
How did they get it in there without these guys knowing?
We tried to find a killer, but guess what? We found a freaking alien! Intelligent, sentient being traveled untold light years to come and visit our planet, and you killed him. Nice!
Evan, yeah, he killed it.
Screw the police department. I'm going to get the CIA for this.
We should slow down, keep this quiet, and Vince, or 100 miles per hour, keep this loud because this is an alien. I'm thinking merchandise, t-shirts, movie deals. My mind's going crazy with this thing.
All right, who wants to snap with the alien? What am I thinking? He jogs to get the camera.
I don't want to put pressure on you, but this is the first historical picture of anyone with an alien. So whatever that means to you.
And then we get a photo montage to Centerfold by the Jay Giles Band.
This montage.
Strong Weekend at Bernie's vibes.
I love the wig and the bra with Jonah going down on the alien.
Yeah. Oh my God. They box with the alien. They put a sombrero on the alien and put a cigar in the alien's mouth. They put a wig on the alien. And then my favorite part is when it changes to Keith Sweat and they play Make It Last Forever. And he's slow dancing with the alien.
As Vince is dancing and making out with it, the alien's hand raises up. It throws Vince and Jamarcus aside, flips the couch into the bar. Jonah grabs the pool balls, throws them, missing every time. Bob, the pool balls aren't hurting him.
It's not working.
You gotta hit him.
This is bad aim.
Jamarcus tries to usher it out the door.
Jamarcus, it's an alien, not a bumblebee.
Evan jumps on its back. It starts hopping on the walls. It's got Jonah pinned. He's gonna eat my face. The music stops. He's getting goo in my mouth.
22 Jump Street. It's inking in my mouth.
I'm afraid I just goo myself.
Evan pulls the alien up. Bob hits it with a pool stick, then wrestles it. They all jump on it. Franklin screams, "I can taste the fucking goo."
Evan tries to whisper, "Go to sleep. Go to sleep."
And it says,
"We're already among you. Not the whole thing."
It throws them all back, grabs the orb, and it jumps out the window. What the fuck was that? You can forget about the damn merchandising plan.
Freaking alien came on my face.
Ben says they take the skins to wear them. They're among us.
Anyone could be an alien. And Jonah guarantees that Forte is an alien 1,000%.
They're going to keep this quiet. Can't trust anybody. Cut to Evan running the neighborhood.
I love this.
Miss Kim sprays him with the hose and he freaks the fuck out. Goes to touch her face and she sprays him again.
What are you doing? Back off. Yeah, that's a golden dumpster nominee for me.
Forte pulls up, gives him wide eyes, shakes his head no. Jamarcus peers outside at the mailman who looks back at him. Vince eyes cousin Greg who looks back at him. Old people looking at Jonah in the park.
As he butterfly knives behind a tree.
Cut to the guys hanging out at the camping display in Costco. Jonah hasn't slept at all. They think anybody could be an alien. Ben watching a woman examine the fruit.
They start doing Richard Attenborough narration. Bizarre, human.
It's a circle fruit. Should I put this in my flavor snout?
Look at this piece of shit over here.
It's a kid eating ice cream.
So primitive, so clumsy, so dangerous.
Easy, Maze. Vince sees cousin Greg. There's that motherfucking Jason Kidd.
Looking at boxes of Magnum condoms, clips the Frank method.
What, you have a system where you come in after Mac? That's right, I come in after Mac, but he's taking like forever this time. I got my Magnum condoms, I got my wad of hundreds, I'm ready to plow.
Vince yells, "Magnums, there's no way your dick's that big."
Some people's are that big, otherwise they wouldn't sell condoms like that.
He's right, they're a big seller.
Swear to God, I'm gonna rip his dick off.
You're gonna
need two hands, Bobby. Golden dumpster.
Future callback.
Paul sneaks up behind Ben, says, "Hello, neighbor." Says it gets the heart racing. He knows he likes to stay fit. Invites him to his home for a gathering. Ben notices so many batteries in his cart.
Don't think about it too long because life's over.
He walks away. Ben thinks Paul is one of them.
Because he complimented his skin. Yeah, you have incredible skin. Don't have to brag about it.
Ben says nobody from Earth needs that many batteries. They take Ben home to get his watch jacket, and as he walks in, Abby is waiting on the dining table in lingerie and the jacket with candles and roses.
Oh, thank goodness. It's the leader of the neighborhood watch.
Abby, what the fuck?
I'm forming a club too, and it's only got one opening. It needs to be filled.
I don't like Maze doing this. Clip it instead. I don't like this.
Hey, you want to dance?
Jonah walks in asking for water. Starts saying, I'm a dear friend of Evan's, and Ben says she doesn't care as he shoos him out of there.
You look awesome. Timing's just weird. No, what's weird is I have to make an appointment to have sex with my husband. And then he forgets and brings a bunch of weird dudes over. He forgot. He's sorry. Vince starts yelling outside to tell the truth. Be a truth teller. This week on Basketball Illuminati, Evan tells his wife that he's sterile.
She throws a jacket at him, says to go. He does. They run across to Paul's house. They're peering and hiding and being quiet. And all of a sudden, Jamarcus loudly cracks open a beer.
That's a mean.
Hey, it's beer.
Vince smells alien all over this thing. Then his phone rings. He starts yelling at Chelsea. Mandy's having a party. Parents aren't there. And what Vince can gather from her Facebook page, Mandy's a total whore. This is going to be a full-blown fuck festival. There's going to be touching and pulling. There's going to be climaxing. He wants to go shut it down. Evan has to remind him they're outside a literal alien hive, but Vince wants to split up.
You know, we got to split up for a little bit. Marky, you stay with the Evanator. That's right. And you, Frankfurter, you come with me. Me and my guy work well together. So fucking far ahead, he's not even funny. We're together pretty good. No, Franklin, you're not going anywhere.
Bob, your daughter is not official business. Now, our mandate is to pursue murderers and thieves and aliens and anyone who threatens to tear the fabric of this neighborhood apart.
Well, my mandate as a father is to pursue little pricks that try to tear the fabric of my daughter's hymen apart. Shh. Don't you walk away. Don't you dare. Oh, I dare.
The way that Jonah jumps on the back of that truck and holds on, ready to go.
Yeah, like a garbage man.
He's leaning back, literally like extending his arm. So it's like a full arm lock as he like leans all the way back.
He starts cacawing. Ben says, just shut up. I'm a bird. They can't hear me, idiot.
They hear screams from the basement, smells funky and musty. Then Crudup pops up behind them, calls Jamarcus a mountain of a man. Cut to Mandy's house party.
It looks like the party from Never Back Down.
At any moment, fake Paul Walker is going to start a fight.
They're laying low, but they see Chelsea. Jonah spots Jason. There goes that guy from Costco with a big fat dick walking around with his massive cock like he owns the joint. Shit's just banging against his kneecaps. $20 says that guy's dick dips in the toilet when he takes a shit.
Ass off for the look Vince is giving him. Jonah also thinks the whole scene is erotic as hell.
Oh, yeah. Take that shit! Take that shit! Who's your daddy?
I'm your daddy, you piece of shit.
Dude can play this game, you piece of shit.
Come to daddy's bedroom. Yeah, it's the master bedroom.
That's when they decide to make a move.
Cut back. Paul takes Ben and Jamarcus into the basement. Paul sees Ben jogging often.
I see you out there, jogging. And I think to myself, my God, what a perfect specimen. Excuse me. 2 perfect specimens, 2 dragons.
He gets them to a curtain and says, gentlemen, say goodbye to the world as you know it. He opens it up and it's a full-blown orgy.
And say hello to paradise. Welcome to the sanctuary of the human spirit, gents, because tonight's all about freedom. And some about boning.
There are vibrators and a candy dish of batteries everywhere. Ben says they solved the battery mystery.
The Lonely Island guys are circle jerking, talking about cinematography. Definitely going to win Best Picture. Then they say switch and jerk off the person to the right.
Ben tells Jamarcus they should go. And then an Asian housewife comes up to Jamarcus, asks if he minds if she sucks on his balls.
I'm going to see how this goes out.
She drops to her knees. I'll get your name in due course.
Back to Mandy's party. Vince and Jonah walk in. Vince is being loud and calling out everything.
It's a little late for the chess club to be out. A little weed, a little tequila. Where's the hard stuff, pussies?
Jonah goes up to 2 blondes, asks if they're twins, and says, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you guys apart.
And twins! And they're new in town, and they've never had sex before.
I feel like the 3 of us just met, but I feel like I'm the triplet in a weird way, but in like a sexual way. Where do we take it from here? I'm located about 45 minutes south of here. I live with my mom.
Upstairs, Greg and Chelsea are making out. She wants to pump the brakes. We should keep moving at this exact pace. Vince charges in. Chelsea wants to leave. Greg shoulder bumps Vince. Vince follows him. You think you're cute, you little prick? Greg headbutts him and breaks his nose. Ouch, that looks like a real gusher, Bob.
Picks him up and throws him out the door.
Chelsea goes out and kneels in shattered glass to check on him.
Jonah walks up with a butterfly knife. Says, show Bob respect.
You don't fuck with Bob, okay? Bob's my special guy. And then he starts lecturing everyone at the party with a butterfly knife out.
That's right. That just happened. You don't tell your parents about this. You don't tell your friends about this. You write it in your dream journal, you lock it up, and you put it under your pillow. I will come back here and I will kill each and every one of you. Except for those 2 hot girls I was talking to. They have my information. Please have them get in contact with me. They seem great.
Vince and Chelsea pull up at home and Ben's waiting for them. And Vince says, I appreciate you showing up. It takes a big man to apologize.
Future callback. Evan is mad he abandoned his post and then explains it was a local orgy, not an alien hive.
So it wasn't a hive. Where's Jamarcus? Jamarcus decided to stay at Paul.
Jonah is interested.
There's an orgy happening locally.
Ben says the principal is he left them hanging. Vince says he's too uptight and a control freak.
Yeah, Bob, I'm uptight. I'm uptight about the aliens killing people in the neighborhood.
Ben says the watch isn't for people who can't handle their daughter's personal shit. And Vince lays it down, saying he doesn't talk to his wife, doesn't have friends, has clubs where he can become the dictator.
You just boss everyone and tell everyone what to do because you're running away from what really matters. You don't have the guts to deal with what's going on in your own home. Do you have it?
I have the guts to do this. You're out of the watch.
I'm going to start my own watch. You can't because there already is a watch. Oh, yes, I can start my watch because if I'm not in your watch, you can't give me rules anymore.
Gotta keep this logo.
I never liked that logo anyway.
My logo is awesome. My logo is Chinese. The Chinese understand movement, and I understand the Chinese. I combined flight with flames, with a tiger. What am I combining, Evan? Serenity, optimism, attack. Franklin, let's get some pudding inside you.
They start commanding Jonah like a couple deciding who gets to keep a dog after a divorce. Franklin, you stay.
Yeah.
Franklin, come.
Ben's like, he's his own man. Franklin, get your fucking ass in this house.
Jonah ass off, pretending to be interested and going with Ben Stiller.
The look of confusion on his face. Jonah says Ben is a special friend, but he lives here. And he pats Vince on the heart. Vince asks Ben how it feels to be a club of one.
And then he goes running again. I really think it was Tom Cruise inspired.
It's not that they're arguing he's the dog. It's like they are arguing he's the dog. He's acting like a dog, right? He's got his eyes wide open and the
expressions are perfect. He's turning his head like
super ass off.
He's a dog. I'm a dog.
Abby and her friend are having wine. Carla asks if Ben is jacking off too much. Well's dry by the time she gets home.
Have you noticed any abrasions or signs of stress on his penis? Like he's pulling too hard.
Ben bursts through the door and says, I'm sterile.
I'm gambling again.
I mean, turn your microphone. Fix your microphone a little bit. It's way
he's
too
so
hot.
fired up. He's blowing everyone's
sorry.
earbuds right now. You're good. You're good.
I'm sorry. How about that?
Well, you came in late. You came in chewing your dinner. Like you did.
This is my dinner. This is my dinner, Dan. I don't get fed around here.
Just stop. Just don't talk anymore.
I'm sterile again.
He tells her everything about the doctor being barren. All he can think about is when she wanted to have sex. He thought of that. She can't believe he didn't tell her. Something couples figure out together. She just wants to be a team. No more secrets.
They can figure the rest of the stuff out. One more secret. The doorbell rings, and it's Jamarcus insisting they get the watch together. Cut to Vince and Jonah eating pudding in the man cave. You good on that? You need another one? If you're offering more pudding, I'll eat it.
Jamarcus, Abby, and Ben walk in. Jamarcus cuts his own hand, and the green goo comes out.
Is that like a parlor trick?
Touch my goo, Bob.
Feels like cum. Feels like cum!
He's a fucking alien.
Because he touches it, and he still doesn't realize it until he thinks about it.
Jamarcus tells Franklin he's not there to kill him. Believe me, I've had many chances to kill you. He explains their ship came 6 months ago. They've been hiding ever since.
Here comes the extraterrestrial position.
Yes.
Inhabited human form, infiltrate society, learn your weaknesses.
But instead, and then Jonah cuts him off because he wants to kill him. In a few hours, the transmitter will become operational. Armada will commence a global invasion starting in Glenview. What? Why? We're aliens. That's what we do. We come to planets, we destroy them, we move on.
I like that. I like that self-identifying as an alien, which literally means not from here.
Did you kill Antonio? No, of course not. I know who did. His name's Flirt Rock. The man is a fucking cunt.
Flirt Rock? The transmitter is at Costco, the only place big enough with enough power and supplies. You really do have everything you need under one roof.
Have everything under one roof.
Slogan placement.
Why are you telling this if you don't have time to stop it? Leave now, you survive the initial invasion. Take to the desert, live in caves and crevices. You could, live with a moderate dignity for most of your lives.
Jamarcus has come to know humanity's compassion and beauty and love. I don't want to lie anymore. And also the ball sucking was a real eye-opener.
It sure is, buddy.
He won't ask for forgiveness. He doesn't deserve it. He's sorry. He leaves and says, save yourselves. Vince doesn't want to let this happen. Neighborhood watch. It's what they do. Cute inspirational speech from Vince to Ben to not give up.
Not going to let a bunch of aliens waltz in here and do whatever the hell they want to do. I say, not on our. He said it. I say they drew the short straw when they picked Glenview.
Alien tango. Flirt rock tango. He wants us.
Some aliens just set up tents in your store. What are you going to do about it? Costco's for members only.
Oh, that's a line. Drop the mic.
Vince grabs a Beretta. Jonah says they need to make a pit stop at his house.
That's a cute 10 milli Beretta, Bobby.
I'll cheat the trivia right here. There is no such thing as a 10 millimeter Beretta.
They go to Jonah's.
He kicks open the front door like he's busted as police.
Flips off his mom. Flips his bed up. Full arsenal. Welcome to the candy shop, motherfuckers.
There are sighs. There are throwing stars. There are flashbangs, grenades.
There's some porn. There's some brass knuckles.
This one looks cute.
Cute and deadly, just like me. Ew.
Jonah yells at his mom, has them leave, and then whispers an apology to her when they leave.
Yeah, he criticizes her butterflies and she covers her shirt. I'm trying to impress my friends, trying to be a big man. I love you.
Ben calls Forte, tells him about the alien invasion. Forte sarcastically dismisses him. Jonah grabs the phone.
Give him the phone.
Tells him that Evan is the Costco killer. They're headed to Costco. They see an alien inside. They need a different strategy. Got to get underneath the store through the drainage grate and frozen foods. Some mumbo jumbo about never sealing off a trash chute. Suddenly they're inside.
They get in, can't open the walkie-talkie packaging, which I love.
This reminded me of the Curb cold open where he's trying to open scissors, flipping out, and he's smashing it because he doesn't have the scissors to open the scissor packaging.
Same note too, bro. Also, Vince Vaughn calls Jonah Hill Franken Beans.
The nicknames throughout the entire movie are just amazing.
Jamarky Mark.
Everoo.
As they're about to shoot an alien, Will Forte and Chucho come in and tell them to freeze. Now the alien's gone. Forte mocks them. The aliens are scared by the sound of a door opening. Look out, Earth. You've met your match.
Drop the guns. Chucho gurgles. Seems like he's finally going to talk. Nope. Alien fist bursts through his chest and roars. They start shooting it.
They shoot the fuck out of that alien.
Collapses in a pile of green goo.
Forte slides to Chucho's body. Stay with me.
Ass off for Forte here.
He grabs the heart off the floor, tries to pump it with his hand, stuffs it back in the chest. His heart's out of his body, fella. I don't think it's going to make it.
And then Jonah backhands him.
Listen, cop. You got a lot of shit you need to be brought up to speed on, and I, for one, don't have the goddamn time to hold your hand and walk you through it. First, aliens exist. Deal with it. Second, your boy Chooch here is dead as fuck. And there ain't nothing on God's green earth that's gonna bring him back to us. Now, I have a bunch of aliens underneath this Costco, and we are moments away from this earth being stomped a new asshole. Now, I have one important question, and I need you to answer it for me right now. Are you with us?
Are you a cop?
No. You rejected me, because I was too awesome for you.
Well, that was clearly the biggest goddamn mistake I've ever made. I'll do whatever you say, kid.
Lock and load, bitches. Anything from outer space, kill it.
In a tight crowd, I think we found our victor.
Forte walks up to the alien. It's not dead, grabs him by the ankle, and tosses him across the room. So they shoot it a bunch more times. Evan keeps shooting him for killing his friend. You stupid flirt rock! I think we can neither confirm nor deny that this is flirt rock, but this thing's a goner for sure.
And they just shoot it a few more times.
Then Vince shoots it once, and then Evan shoots it again. Nabby tells Evan to kill her some aliens. They passionately kiss. Then Franklin tells her, be strong. Goes for a kiss on the lips too. Like she's Kate Beckinsale in Tiptoes.
They go into the grate. I love a good steam pipe situation, by the way. Love it.
A big stovepipe situation? What?
Steam pipe. Thank you very much. Amin, we're not ruining this racial harmony we have.
It's a dangerous game that Zach's playing right now. Amin.
Playing fast and loose.
Dangerous game.
Fast and loose. I'm gambling again.
I love a good steam pipe. Steam.
Cousin Greg comes out. What are you doing here? Nothing really. Just picking up some paper towels in bulk, super big tub of mayo, and what else? Oh, yeah. Transmitting a signal to my armada to destroy your entire race. And he's got the forearm claws.
Cousin Greg, again, as like the villain, cool guy. Like it's kind of wild.
Funnier in retrospect, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to you now, but at the time you wouldn't have thought of it.
Yeah.
Ben and Jonah walk up to the transmitter as Vince is going to handle Jason. Jason throws him. Vince hits him with a pipe. Jason throws him. He's stepping on his throat.
Then he woos like Ric Flair. Yeah! Woo!
Ben asks what they do to the transmitter. Jonah says, I've got an idea. He fires a shotgun at it. It ricochets away. My idea didn't work.
Aliens pop up all around them. They run out of ammo. Then all of a sudden, the aliens keep collapsing. Why are their dicks exploding?
Jamarcus with the shotgun.
Hi. That's the only way to kill us. Severe trauma to the dick. That's where our brains are.
Like all guys, am I right?
You know it.
I guess there is a lot of dick jokes.
Ben says over the walkie-talkie their brains are in their dicks, and then Vince reaches up Jason's shorts.
The Achilles heel is their dicks.
And pulls his dick off. Jason dies.
Magnum my ass. I only needed one hand for that shit. That's a hell of a callback right there, man.
That's a great callback. They asked Jamarcus how to shut down the transmitter. He says, maybe remove the orb. I'm not an engineer. I didn't build it. Do you know how your cell phone works?
That's 100% true. If we were the aliens invading somewhere else and someone said, hey, yo, make it stop. I'm like, I don't fucking know how this shit works.
Franklin says, you hit a bunch of numbers and hit send. That's how a cell phone works.
Don't you know the basics? What do you mean the basics? Look at it. It's not fucking basic. It looks complicated.
That light bit.
Vince comes over, shocked that Jamarcus is there. Jonah says he was jacking dicks left and right.
It's okay. He saved our asses.
Ben is climbing to get the orb. He unplugs it as it starts transmitting. It powers down.
Vince just starts rambling. I've gone to the other side, guys. I'm fucking way in it. The first thing in war lost is fucking innocence. Yeah.
All right, they start running out as the aliens swarm them.
They come crawling through underground tunnels like ants, slow motion gun loading. They start shooting dicks.
Dicks are getting blasted everywhere.
Climb up a ladder. Jamarcus gets grabbed, tells him to go, but they get him out.
No watchman left behind.
Then they tilt a fridge over the grate. Franklin hits a switch as they run and they slide under a rolling door. Outside, they go to plug Lucy's holes.
Finger the holes of the orb, light up the Costco. Ben says, goodbye, sweet child of mine. Costco blows up, and they're enveloped by the explosion and product placement.
His Manager of the Year plaque goes flying in the air in slow motion. Then an alien head and boxes of Magnum condoms go flying in slow motion.
Tide detergent.
Forte ass off as he wonders if they won.
Wait, what's happening? Did we win? I can't see. Are those tears of joy? They're not tears of joy, are they? Oh no, your husband's dead, isn't he? Your husband's dead. I'm so sorry. You're gonna find somebody. You're gonna find somebody. You're a great person. Life goes on, though. There's always something better around the corner. That's what my mom always said. I'm single too, actually.
So
the watch comes walking out of the fiery smoke in slow motion. Abby runs up and hugs Evan. She's sorry about the Costco. Don't be. She'll rise again like a phoenix from the ashes. And when she does, we'll be there. They did it. Jamarcus mentions the orgy. Evan will explain it later. Evan and Bob apologize. That's what brothers do. They fight, but then they always make up, right? And they hug it out, bitch.
That was really beautiful. Now do me.
He wants an apology too. For what?
If I have to tell you, then the apology is meaningless. All right, Frank and Beans, get in here.
They hug him too.
He goes up to comfort Abby. Ben's like, you got to stop that. What are you doing?
Now listen, baby. I know things get tough.
I'm in a weird place. Vince, I don't want to come off as kind of a bottom feeder, but there could be a couple of knickknacks in that store no one's going to miss.
Already heading in. Don't even finish it. Jonah goes in. And also, I'm a bottom feeder.
Yeah. It's no secret. I'm an employee of the Walt Disney Company. But everybody knows I'm a bottom feeder.
Still a narration. Used to think I had it all. But what is it worth without friends?
Vince is taking prom photos.
All right, kids, let's get in a little tighter here. Let's keep the hands above the hips. Let's keep it 1950s in this bitch, okay?
Is it true your dad ripped your last boyfriend's dick off?
Yeah?
Hey, you guys be home by midnight.
I was thinking actually 10:30, sir. If that's okay with you.
Don't be such a sucker. What, are you going to blow me in the driveway? Midnight's going to be fine.
Sometimes someone you thought was a total douchebag, I mean like a real piece of shit guy, sloppy steaks and all, turns out to be your best friend and your partner.
Jonah's a cop with Will Forte. Ben's with his wife. Even though my testicles had completely betrayed me, Abby hadn't. She and I were a team and a family. They've adopted a child. Jamarcus shows up to an orgy with a clip of Magnum condoms.
And a wad of hundos. That's right.
If you hear something go bump in the night, never fear, because the neighborhood watch, as always, is watching the neighborhood for aliens.
But baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet.
Slow-mo walk, roll credits. Boys in the Hood starts playing again. Animation of things from the movie. No Tony Medley for this, by the way. Sad to say.
No Tony Medley. He did not watch.
It was in the medley zone. He's slacking. Big surprise.
Yeah.
You know, he was probably moved by what happened with the trivia.
Oh.
He just couldn't do it.
Oh.
The movie was originally titled Neighborhood Watch, but was changed following the death of Trayvon Martin after he was shot by neighborhood watch captain George Zimmerman in Florida. As a result, the film's marketing changed, focusing on the alien premise at the heart of its storyline. The trailer featured Hill imitating a gun with his hand, pretending to shoot at teenagers, while the poster featured a bullet-riddled, alien-themed neighborhood watch sign.
Yikes.
The movie was also released a week after the mass shooting at the premiere of The Dark Knight Rises in Colorado.
Yep. There it is. There it is. And also the start of the 2012 Summer Olympics. In the case of the latter, a survey from researcher NRG revealed that 20 to 25% of moviegoers shown reluctance to visit movie theaters following the subsequent mass shooting at a midnight screening of the aforementioned movie in Aurora, Colorado. So all of these things conspired against this movie to be good.
I do think it's kind of funny that they tried to lump in the Summer Olympics to that.
No, but it's real.
The other two are very serious, and it's like, and also the Summer Olympics. So
shit is real.
People wanted to watch the opening ceremony, so they didn't go see the watch.
Jared Stern, who has the writing credit, wrote the screen story in 2008 with a teen audience in mind. But then Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg were later brought in to convert the story to an R-rated script. That's why we get all these dick jokes.
To make it good.
Pretty much.
The Neighborhood Watch program was first started after the stabbing murder of Kitty Genovese in New York City in 1964, in which many neighbors heard the murder, but no one said or did anything.
Maze, do the voice.
Kitty Genovese voice?
No, like when you read it, say, it was a stabbing of... Go ahead, do the voice.
I honestly...
What voice?
Clip what? A fucking tiger? I don't know what you're telling me to do here.
Chop.
Oh, it's Kitty Genovese.
I mean, turn your microphone. Fix your microphone a little bit. It's way
he's
too
so
hot.
fired up. He's blowing everyone's
Sorry.
earbuds right now.
Vince Vaughn joined the project because he liked his character's relationship with his daughter.
By taking on a role in this film, Jonah Hill had to drop out of Django Unchained, the part he had regarded as the perfect stepping stone for him to legitimize his credentials as a dramatic actor. Various delays in production on Tarantino's project meant that Hill was still able to appear in the movie.
How about that?
Yeah, the only thing I wondered about that was if he
had a bigger role,
had a different part.
Yeah.
That's what I read. I read into it that he had a bigger part, but then he was still able to still be in there because his role was absolutely not dramatic at all.
Right.
He was just comic relief in that movie.
But I also wonder what part he would have played. I don't think it necessarily would have been like a huge role.
Django. Would have been Django.
Yeah.
Soul Man 2.
Zach, what a silly question. Obviously, he would have been Eskimo Joe.
Why they call him Eskimo Joe? Clip it, Maze. Don't say it. Just clip it. Just clip it.
Definitely don't say it.
You never know how these nigga nicknames get started. His name was Joe. Maybe one day he said he was cold. Who knows?
Jonah Hill trained for 2 weeks in learning how to use a butterfly knife.
Chris Tucker was considered for the role of Jamarcus.
Whoa, that is a very different movie.
It's funny because there's a comic level that happens because he's got the accent and no other reason, right?
Right.
Well, I think it worked out great for the film noir that he's an alien.
Film noir, yeah.
He's a British dude with the name Jamarcus.
Bradley Cooper was also originally supposed to be in this movie.
The alien costume featured an animatronic head remotely controlled by 3 people. The suit was hot even in cold areas and had to be unzipped to let Doug Jones cool off between takes. The costume was enhanced with CGI in a number of ways, including replacing arms and dilating pupils, which Schaefer thought made the creature seem more alive.
Alive?
Whoa, hold on, man. You following me? You can't do that, Lionel. Look, man, if you don't want me to have a foreman job, I understand, but I need my fucking job, man.
Zach Harper wisely pointed out Ben Stiller speaking Spanish at the beginning, because other than that, all I had written down was Richard Iode's voice and Arlie Ermey's voice, even though they're both doing their own accents.
No, I think it's got to be Stiller.
Stiller wins it.
Bitches! Spanish language news is here. Tonight's top story. The sewers run red with Burgundy's blood. Yeah!
You hear that Troughton voice?
Let's show them who the horsemen are, guys.
Yeah, we got soul.
got some fresh horses for my men. Tonight we ride.
Voiceover intro.
No, that's not a horseman. I mean, it happened at the beginning of this.
It absolutely is.
No, narration is a horseman, but not voiceover intro.
Sure, narration, but it's because it's happened so many times. Banter, which we've legislated and ultimately decided this isn't banter.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
Not banter.
This is a huge He Said It movie.
The watch, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They say watch or neighborhood watch. It's almost constant.
Do we even mention that they said it?
At least once I did.
Okay.
I did it once too, I think.
Don't remember any of that.
That tracks.
We're the watch. It's the neighborhood watch. There's even a We're the NW at one point.
Yes, NW.
I thought we were going to get an NWA at some point.
Well, I thought that's what the soundtrack was alluding to.
Music was very heavy, yeah.
Also, product placement. We got Costco. We got Budweiser. We got Tide.
Product placement.
Product placement, yeah.
Product placement.
I say product placement.
Rayovac, Magnum.
Oh, yeah. The slow motion Magnum flying through the flames. I think this is a great product placement movie.
Yep.
Product placement wins. Isn't it kind of wild that in the movie, The Five Heartbeats?
You sound like shit right now.
That was like a verb hiccup that got caught in the flow. You just absorbed it.
Caught in the phlegm.
In the movie, The Five Heartbeats, there's actually like a musical group called The Four Horsemen. Why?
Five Horsemen.
Are they called The Five Horsemen in the movie?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why we changed it to the Five Horsemen.
Oh, I thought it was called Five Horsemen because we kept adding horsemen.
No, because we had the Five Horsemen.
It was Four Horsemen because of Now You See Me 2, and then it became Five Horsemen because of Five Heartbeats.
Can you imagine a pop group, like a doo-wop singing group over a trash can lit on fire?
Boys to Horsemen.
One of them will have to quit because he get too much pussy.
That was Flash.
Breathe in through nose, out the mouth.
Ass on, ass off.
Teddy Rex, Moosey Teddy Rex. Teddy Rex, Moosey Teddy Rex.
Ass on, fuck it, ass off. Ass on, fuck it, ass off.
Michael Biehn Memorial Ass On Award. I don't really have a nominee here.
I don't really have anything.
This is how bad it is. I've got to look at the cast just to see if I can see any name where I'm like, oh, they were kind of ass on.
The only one I can think of is Clyde, the Indian friend of his.
No.
Because all he does is wave.
But he waved well, though.
He did wave well, you're right. Guys, I don't think there is one.
No, we have to have one.
Eric Goins as the random jogger named Jared.
No, that's the dude getting his ass stretched out.
That's the glutes, yeah.
The Asian woman that comes up and offers to suck Jamarcus's balls.
No, I believe she wanted to do it.
She was very ass off in that moment. Kathy Shim, by the way, is her name. Kathy Shim. Kathy Shim.
What about the twins?
The twins.
There you go. I like that one. Ass on for them.
That satisfies Amin wanting to give it to a woman.
I tried my best.
Check.
I tried my best.
Carl Weathers Memorial Ass Off Award. This is a battle.
Guys.
It's a battle, but I feel like I know who it is.
I'm proposing a 6-way tie.
No.
6?
Yeah.
Everyone in this movie was ass off.
I can't go above 2.
Let me throw them at you.
Throw them at me.
All right, yeah.
Stiller.
Yep.
Vaughn.
Yep.
Hill.
Yep.
Crudup.
Yep.
Forte.
Yep.
Jamarcus.
Yeah.
They're all bangers.
Chucho wasn't ass off.
Fuck, 7-way then.
Cousin Greg. Arlie Ermy.
I like Rosemary DeWitt as well.
All right, guys, we might just have ass off the watch. Minus the twins.
I think it really comes down to Jonah or Vince.
No Forte?
No.
Forte was fantastic. I love Forte. But we're talking volume, putting up numbers.
Forte was amazing, but...
He points at the camera. I don't want to point fingers.
He was great. He just wasn't on there enough, man. And that's not his fault, but it is what it is.
I'm single too, actually.
Now we get into the Zach Harper corollary, which is, Vince Vaughn's just being himself. Is that ass off?
But he wasn't. He wasn't himself.
No, he wasn't at all, you moron. He's doing the happy-go-lucky, like, what do you watch? What movie did you watch? What pod have you been listening to?
Do you watch the news?
What watch did you watch, Zach Harper?
You're not watching the right movie? What happened?
Let me just say quickly because I'm running out of power here.
Running out of power.
Let me say quickly because I'm running out of power.
Emotionally or computer?
No, my computer is running out of power. Stop fucking around, guys. I need to get this shit out there. Okay.
Look who wants to.
I have no powered by 4%, you asshole.
Go, Chargers, go.
This thing was a dead heat for me all the way into the trivia. When I learned that Jonah Hill took the time to learn how to use a butterfly knife, Jonah Hill, ass off.
If I have to pick one, it'll be Jonah Hill. I'm with you.
You know what? I mean, same note too on the trivia, but I like that you said that he had to. That's 100% just him being like, what would this guy be into? Butterfly knives.
Yeah.
Which is character work that I could support.
That's even more ass off. He did the work.
It sure is.
Yes, Jonah Hill is Franklin and Bash.
You're good at keeping secrets?
Absolutely.
Because I've got a present for you. Secret present outside by the dumpster.
Is it a baseball mitt?
It fits you like a baseball mitt, like a glove, I hope.
Golden Dumpster nominees, there's a shit ton. But the ones I had written down were the Neighborhood Watch Bingo Bomber jackets, the scene where they denote the green goos come like properties.
Oh my God.
Jonah clarifying how far he will take the cross-dressing seduction, and Mrs. Kim spraying Stiller with the hose the second time.
I got to throw in the line, you're going to need 2 hands, Bobby.
There's that. There's him peeing into the can. There's
She married you, not your dead jizz.
Yeah, Sound of Silence in Spanish. There's Will Forte. There's only 8 cops in this town. And there's thousands of you. And not to point fingers, but that points at the camera.
The chyron on the news that says wholesale murder.
Joke's on me? A fucking pun? I bet you didn't expect to get your ass kicked.
I'm punning again.
I'm punning again.
Jonah Hill, look, there's that kid from Costco with the big fat dick walking around with his massive cock.
Banging against his knees.
Just banging.
$20 says it dips in the water when he takes his shit.
I'm going to pick this, but everything I named deserves to be. Oh, I forgot also that sicko is probably out there right now staring at us from a distance.
Beating the living shit out of his dick.
I'm going to say the Francesca storyline. Them laying it out of Francesca of like what Jonah Hill's going to have to do if he dresses up as a woman to trick Arlie Irby.
Worst case scenario, you get fucked in the ass.
No, but my
Golden Dumpster is this exchange. It's like the Chinese logo for shut the fuck up and dance. It's
inspiring for the watch.
What are we in, a doo-wop group? We're going to like stand over a garbage can with fire and harmonize? I would see this doo-wop. Hey, for your information, doo-wop groups were known to close ass.
Singing was their hobby.
Closing ass is their job.
The baritone from Voice Man had to stop making music because he got so much pussy.
That's the line that made me cackle out loud. That's my Golden Dumpster.
I'm going to choose when they denote the green goose come like properties. Amin, you picked it, motherfucker.
Makes sense because I have 2% battery right now. This is an overwhelming, surprising file. I knew I watched it and I liked it when it came out, but I felt kind of like, oh, it's all right. Watching it again, I don't know what I was thinking. This movie was hilarious. This was like Money Talks, but with like 4 Chris Tuckers rather than just one. Everybody was firing on all cylinders.
But no Chris Tuckers because they didn't cast him as Jamarcus.
Because they didn't cast him, yeah.
It was so hard to pick an ass off. It was so hard to pick a Golden Dumpster. It was so hard to pick an ass on because nobody was ass on. This movie is one of the highest files I've ever had in the history of Cinephobe.
All right, filed it. I continue to file it. That's it. This is just a hilarious movie. One of the funniest movies we've done.
This movie continues a trend for me of if you put talented, funny people together and have them do funny shit, I will enjoy it. It's a file. And I just want to take this second to point out that Jonah Hill is building himself quite a resume. That's 2 movies. That's 2 ass-offs.
Mm-hmm.
An Oscar. He's got 2 Oscar nominations. This dude is going to come for the crown one day.
The best Cinephobe actor ever, other than Carl Weathers?
Maybe.
No one will ever surpass Carl Weathers.
Tweet us your phobe or file, Golden Dumpsters, 5 Horsemen, Ass On, Ass Off, Lewis Pinnock Award winners, at Talk Hoops, at Darth Amin, at Corn Puzzle.
Next time we make love, you introduce me to Jade.
All right, guys. The movie that I am selecting for Space Month It's going to surprise you, I think. It has Academy Award winners.
Ooh.
It has Emmy winners.
Oh.
It has a friend of Count the Dings.
Huh?
Who was also on Entourage.
Oh.
It is Battleship. Liam Neeson, Jerry Ferrara, Rihanna.
Oh, shit.
Yes. Battleship. We've been asked to do it many times over the years. I have been waiting to do it. I forgot to do it during Vehicle Month, so I am making up for that right now and going Battleship, baby. You sunk my file.